Bleh. Domo, welcome everybody. We are back with Vampire Therapist. This should be the last session. It's like last time I thought we were gonna finish this up. I mean, everyone had their breakthroughs and everything, but it looks like we're gonna have one round to say goodbye to everyone, and then we're going to America and gonna go after health insurance or something. It's like it turns out our vampire daddy is running an insurance company, so I don't know, maybe something will happen. Positive or negative? I don't know. Sam does have a gun, but whether he uses it or not, we'll find out. But yeah, Domo Bucky, Domo People Cloud, welcome, hello, how you doing? So yeah, we're gonna start off with Dr. Drain again. It's like since we're going to America, and Crimson's joining us because she's a lawyer and everything, so she turned too. She decided, she's like, yeah, I'm gonna be a vampire. It's like, fuck cancer, I'm just gonna live forever. So yeah, she's gonna hang out with us.
Is that really a phrase, or are you trying to get a reaction out of me?
I'm joshing a bit.
To cover up your very real obsession with firearms. I know you by now, Samuel Walk.
Guilty as charged.
I will leave you and your gun in peace. Good luck tonight, Samuel.
Hello, Sam.
Hey, buddy! Like, I noticed after they fused together, their CG kind of changed, so it's like, before he would have, like, his hands, like, withdrawn, like, on his lap, like, in a very, withdrawn, and meek kind of looking way, but now he's more, like, laid back and, like, you know, man-spreading. So, you know, he's doing good.
Evening to you, Dr. Drain. How you been this month? Seems like you had a big breakthrough last time. Yes, I think I did. I have been feeling a lot better ever since. Well, you look great. Like a new man.
Literally.
Or perhaps the same man, but whole. Well, you look a lot more at peace than I've ever seen you. Why don't you fill me in on the last month? I can scarcely believe how the last few weeks have gone. I didn't do a single hour of work. I let my scientists do it. They couldn't believe I backed off. They thought I was dead.
Well, I mean, you kind of are.
But you are dead.
Yeah!
They don't know that, do they? Regardless, I thought I owed myself a little space. I actually stayed here in Germany the entire time. Really? Here in Leipzig?
Leipzig, that's how you pronounce it. Oh my god, I've been saying it the wrong way.
I went to Berlin. I heard you can do whatever you like there, and no one cares. I went clubbing, Sam. I bit mortal necks. I really had quite a nice time. Yeah, I remember you were a good dancer.
It's like, I misheard it as relapsing. What's up, rainbow people? Not much. How you doing, Juice? I know you're enjoying your wine, so you'll probably be seeing some more rainbows soon. Drink water. If you're gonna relapse, drink water. I'll demonstrate by drinking water right now. Yeah, I saw the Nintendo thing. I'm like, on the one hand, it's like, okay, cool. You added some features people wanted. On the other hand, Jesus Christ, those prices. Like, I am not spending $80 on a video game. No, thank you. Yes, thank you. I have that PETA laugh. Hey, Dad, the horse is here. But yeah, Doubles of Valensburg, welcome. How you doing? Yeah, just in time. We're gonna do one last round with all the peoples before going to America. Because right now we're in Germany, I think. I think Leipzig is Germany. I've been calling it Lespig this entire time because I'm a fucking American. You don't have a certain... Yeah, no, have your grape juice and some water, and you should be good, lemon juice. Yeah, exactly, Hans.
Oh, I sometimes danced for several nights in a row. They keep some of these places free from light, so I was free to party day and night. I did end up doing some pharmaceutical research, though the more recreational kind.
But yeah, TLDR, he had split personality because he was repressing the parts of himself that make him a vampire, but he's chosen to accept it and now he's cool.
Sounds like you were living it up. You're keeping safe, I hope. Oh, Sam, I'm 430 years old. I don't have mortal fears.
Give it another 100 years. You two are accepting your vampiric nature? Okay.
I dare say he was there the whole time in some fashion. He's a much more agreeable chap when he's with me, though.
It's like, are you going to go out and bite some necks? Like, what are you doing out here? Speaking of overpriced, why do games spend so much on graphics? I don't know, they just think that's cool for some reason.
Oh, and Sam, something else quite interesting happened.
I mean, it'd be nice if they focused on the game actually working rather than it looking nice, but I don't know. Investors.
Oh yeah? What's that? I engaged in coitus.
What?
Oh goodness, no. I've got Lord Luridus under control now. Not to say that it wasn't exciting, though. I was a little nervous at first. I haven't had sex since I died, after all, not counting whatever Luridus got up to. But riding another human being is like riding a bike, I suppose. It just comes back to you.
Okay. Good for you, buddy. Congrats on the sex. I think it's easier to show to investors who have never touched a video game. Yeah, that's a good point. That's probably part of it. It's like it's to show to people that don't know anything about video games or are casual about video games or really just don't know anything other than ooh, pretty pictures. Wow, it's so lifelike. Let's give us all your money. I don't know. Got one word for investors. Poopy. Yeah. It's like, yeah, let's go, kid. You have that coitus.
Well, dang, Doc.
Yes, it does. But anyway, about the coitus.
Month. I'm headed back to Berlin tonight to meet my paramour again before I fly back to London. So is this some kind of serious thing? Not at all. Having a conversation with him makes me want to yank my hair out, so I just yank his curly locks instead.
TMI!
Who the hell are you and what have you done with Dr. Drain?
Yeah, it's like, anyway, how's your sex life? You destroy everything you touch. It's like, everything I touch dies! The game's quiet? Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It's funny, isn't it?
Let me see
I
here.
would have been disgusted with this person 6 months ago. Now I find I quite like him, and others seem to as well.
Yeah, it's the volume being weird, because it's like, when I look in OBS, one side will be like in the green, and the other side will be in the yellow, and I'm worried if I turn it up to try and balance it out, everything's just gonna go in the red.
Well, maybe this is a good time to give you some bad news then. I'm headed back to America, Doc. I reckon I can do more good there than I can here.
Like, can you guys at least hear the voices? If you can at least hear the voices, we should be okay. I'm not too worried about the music. Because music I can definitely turn up if you can't hear anything. You can hear it fine? Okay. Yeah, because it's like, it's the audio quality. Voice is good? Okay. Yeah, because it's like, I only turned the music and the effects down a little bit so it wasn't like blasting in the face to try and compensate for the volume imbalance. So I was gonna say, if those are off, I can turn those up easily, but voice, I can't turn it up any higher. I would have to go into OBS. Okay. Like, the bass is making you feel something, though.
Truly.
Yeah, it's that nightclub bop.
There. I guess you know, huh? Touché. Well, Sam, I'm sorry to hear that you're leaving, truly. Oh, I ain't gonna leave you high and dry. We can still do our sessions over the internet. It just won't be in person no more. Well, that's all right then. To be honest, I'm not sure I even know what I'd be looking for in therapy now.
I think what they might have tried to do was make it so that, because that's what I'm noticing is that when Sam's speaking on the left side of the audio is louder, while when the person on the right talks, the right side of the audio is louder. So they might have been trying to do like some kind of effect, but it just sounds weird. Whatever.
But then I didn't know what I
yeah,
was looking
surround
for
audio.
when I first flew in either.
Club music's terrible for your wardrobe. Yeah, I don't know. Do you like square dancing?
Well, I appreciate you keeping an open scientific mind, Doc. Is there anything you wanted to go over tonight? Honestly, no. I suppose I should snap back to reality at some point.
No should
Remember,
statements.
Should statements are what got you to lock up Lord Luridus in the first place. Think about what you could be doing, or what you want to be doing. It's that intrinsic motivation that'll take you where you want to go. Of course, I'm a vampire now. I'm the master of my own destiny. Attaboy. You got any strategies for what to do if you want to get into that plasma stuff again? If I desire to go down that road, I am surely denying myself my vampiric nature again. Perhaps it is best if we maintain our sessions. I think I know what I want right now, and that's a spot of blood and dance. What do you say, buckaroo?
Buckaroo.
Sure thing, old chap. Come on.
All right, yeah, go have a hoedown.
My dear Samuel, it is a big night tonight, isn't it?
Oh, yeah? Why's that?
You are breaking the news to Senora Deste that you are leaving, are you not?
Yeah, we are.
Against her nature, she has grown very fond of you, my friend.
Like Sam about to get his shit rocked.
Oh, yeah. Who the heck knows why, right?
Are you fishing for compliments or merely disqualifying the positive once again?
Let's say fishing for compliments.
Very well. Samuel, your disarming charm and compassion undoubtedly make you an attractive vampire to our kind. Somehow, at a young age, you possess a natural wisdom that...
Okay, I was really disqualifying the positive again.
You are so easy to embarrass as well, which has its own charm. Very well, Samuel. I will leave you to your dark business. Good luck with Senora Deste, my friend.
All right, what she got going on? Sure, whatever.
All right, got what I need.
One of these will work.
Evening, Senora. It's good to see you.
I am pleased to see you as well. You have been on my mind of late.
Oh, why's that?
I wished to apologize for my behavior during our last session. I let my monstrous side come out, and I addressed you in ways most unseemly. You have been kind to me and did not deserve this treatment.
Oh, think nothing of it, Senora. Therapy's kind of the place for them big emotions to come out, ain't it? I didn't take it personally.
Oh, but you should, Sam. I called you some terrible names. I disrespect.
No
With
shoulds.
respect, Senora. I ain't gonna be upset with you just because you say I should be upset. Maybe that's your perspective, but it ain't mine, and I won't be bound by it. All truth, I'm glad you let yourself get properly worked up.
Yes, that is exactly the problem. I allowed
Stop using
You
should.
should always be in control, Senora. Like we've been saying since you walked in.
Stop it.
You gotta have some compassion for yourself when you
Guys,
do
stop
lose
it.
that control. No one's saying you should always be in control. I think you're a superhuman, Senora, but you ain't superhuman.
You are, of course, correct. I fear I shall always have this tendency. But I am becoming more aware of it, thanks to your guidance.
Isn't you gotta have some compassion for yourself a should statement? Maybe.
Absolute best we can expect of ourselves. We ain't never gonna be perfect. Being self-aware is the closest we're gonna get.
Actually, I have an idea. What I could do is I could turn on a limiter for my output and then just turn up the overall volume down. So that should make it louder, but not too loud. Sound effects though might explode. If they explode in your face, let me know so I can turn them down.
I ain't surprised at all you're making a ton of progress, Senora. Well, you're a lady who likes to do things properly.
Does that sound better? Or did I make it worse?
But let us say...
Much better?
not
Okay.
Perfectly.
Yeah, because that was the thing. I was scared of it going in the red, but I was like, wait a minute. I could put a limiter on. Alright. Cool.
Exactly, you're getting it. I ain't worried about you, Senora. How have the last few weeks gone? Have you done any more art?
A little. It can be a little
It's like, it's only the
frustrating for
fourth
me to
time I've
paint
been
when I am
streaming
so
this that I figure out
unpracticed.
how to do that.
I think I have always been better at recognizing and cultivating talent in others. The problem has always been that my artist cannot stand dealing with me.
Hey, better late than never, I guess.
Poor Leonardo used to tremble whenever I said his name. I would like to try being a more patient benefactor.
I think that's a fantastic idea, Senora. Maybe the next great masters are out there waiting to be discovered.
Yes, that is my thinking. There will always be rise of the spacewalkers. But I can complain about the state of art today, or I can do something about it.
Yeah, they're just gonna keep making more Star Wars, so, you do your own thing, fam.
See, now that's a great direction for your frustration. Don't let them folks be the only ones making art.
That is my thinking exactly. I'm starting a foundation for the arts, specifically for talented living women.
Yeah, don't worry. Star Wars will flush itself
I
eventually.
aim to spend about €1 billion each year. I believe that should be enough to create art worthy of attention.
$1 billion a year? Where'd you get that kind of money?
My children's children intermingled with the Habsburgs and Medicis. My dynasty is full of blood-sucking investment bankers I can exploit.
Oh, you mean they're vampires?
No, they're just mortal leeches. But they will do what they are told.
They probably clogged the pipes on the way down. Pretty much. Oh well. Yeah, it'll just be a big old plopper.
What about them artists you're funding? Are they gonna do what they're told?
The Habsburgs, so they'll take the criticism on the chin. Sure.
I shall not hobble them, as I hobbled the great masters. I will let them share their own dreams. But they must be dreams. I will not fund a rise of the spacewalker.
Seems like you got a good game plan, Senora. This sounds like a real touchdown.
What on earth are you talking about?
Oh, never mind. Just saying, seems like you're on a good path, Senora. Maybe this is a good time to tell you I've got some news too. I'm going back home soon. To America.
America. They're a family who are known for a lot of inbreeding, which resulted in them having giant shades. Oh, well. Okay, well, I get the joke now.
Why would you ever want to go back there? Are you trying to get away from me?
No, it ain't nothing like that. I've got my own reasons. Stuff at home that's waiting for me.
Like, are you leaving me, ma'am? Not everything's about you.
I know
We
I
went
can
over
be a
this.
little intimidating sometimes.
It doesn't have anything to do with you, Senora. It doesn't mean we have to stop doing our sessions. We'll just have to use some of them internet video chat things.
Yeah, go on Zoom or whatever. Face chat.
But I do not know how to use such things. Can't you stay here?
No can do, Senora. Besides, you gotta admit, I don't exactly fit in here in your...
Perhaps we need more men like you.
Well, trust me, Senora. I ain't that special. I got my problems just like anyone.
The popes of my time would have hated you, dear Sam. They would feel naked before you. I suppose if you must go, then you must go. Will you at least teach me how to do a video call before you leave?
We can take a little time now if you're willing.
I would like that. Very much.
Come on, Senora. I'll show you how it's done.
And then they proceeded to spend 3 hours on Zoom. And that was just signing up to make an account.
So lovely to see you. How are you feeling this evening?
Oh, all right. A little nervous, I suppose.
About Edmund?
Yeah, he didn't seem to be doing too well last time. Feel for the guy.
You had empathy and compassion for him when not many would. If you continue this approach, I am certain that all will turn out for the best.
I ain't so sure, I gotta admit. Maybe Eddie would have been happier living the lie.
In the short term, I believe you are correct. Inertia is always the easiest option, but inertia can also lead to a certain decay of spirit. Edmund, as you so astutely pointed out, has time to grow as a human. He will find his joys once more.
I sure hope you're right, Andy. I don't think I'm gonna see the same Edmund tonight, though.
It sounds as though you have difficult work ahead tonight. I wish you the best of luck, Samuel. Choose your distortions well.
Okay, let me get a... should, blaming, mind reading, and catastrophizing.
Locked and loaded, boss.
You want to go on a date with the Andro Machos? It's like, go ahead. It's like his girl's leaving him to go with us to go to America, so he's available.
You plan to engage in therapy with Edmund or fill him with holes?
Holes? Who filling what?
I was planning on therapy.
Yeah.
Then try not to refer
Oh,
to
whatever you
cognitive
just said.
distortions as ballistic weaponry, my friend.
Sorry about that. Thanks, Andy.
I'm teasing you, Samuel. Do have a good session.
Howdy, Eddie. It's good to see you.
Is it? Can it be good to see me if you do not know who I am?
Eddie, whoever it is that's sitting in front of me, it's good to see him.
Well, I'm glad you think so.
You're not feeling too good, are you?
Not very. I've spent much of the last weeks in bed, in silence, pondering the only question that matters.
And what question is that, Eddie?
To be or not to be?
That is the question.
I've said the lines so often, but I never understood them. They were just pretty sounds I used to make the people cheer. I said them with conviction, with emotion, or simulacra of such, and so full of sound and fury, yet in the end, signifying nothing. Now I know that the answer is not so simple. To be, indeed, or not to be.
Well, maybe you can walk me through it, Eddie. I never was much of a theater guy.
Of course. To be or not to be, that is the question.
Is that at Mr. Scissorhands himself? No, this is some Shakespeare guy.
Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows
It's like
of
he's
outrageous
Edmund. It's
fortune,
that you.
or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing, end them. This part is simple enough. Do we accept our troubles as they are, or do we take the effort to address them? The bard continues with some more pretty speech, and then that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveller returns, puzzles the will, and makes us rather bear those ills we have than fly to others we know not of. I have borne those ills, ills of my own making. My undiscovered country is the true Edmund Keene. Who is he? To be or not to be? Indeed.
Cool.
I have feared that undiscovered country with all my still heart.
It's going one ear, not the
Now,
other. Yeah,
I
like
have
every
arrived
other
not to be.
old school
Where
poetry.
is the place upon this cursed orb that was made for Edmund Keene?
Why are you pondering your orbs?
That sounds
Personalization?
really heavy,
Yeah.
Eddie, but I want to help you with a little perspective. This idea that there's a place made for you ain't true. You gotta make that place. There ain't no cast list with roles to be filled. You gotta make your own role.
Perhaps I have taken all the world's a stage a bit far.
Well, maybe a little.
Maybe a little.
You're a clever fella, Eddie, and you're still a human being. You're just dealing with a lot right now. Give yourself some compassion. It ain't easy starting over after 200 some years. I'm proud of you for soldiering on, hombre.
I do not understand why. What does the world need of me? All I have ever done is play the clown upon the stage. I am as unnecessary a man as ever there was one.
Catastrophe? No.
Edmund has spent so long believing.
Personalization,
I ain't as
okay.
unnecessary a man as there ever
Fine.
was one. Eddie, who says you need to be necessary? Being you is enough, hombre. That's what you're gonna be regardless. I know it's a big, scary step being you, but you took it. And for that, I'm dang proud of you.
You are kind. And I suppose it is true
Yeah,
that
exactly.
facing the
He's
slings and arrows
enough.
of righteous fortune is a virtue in itself.
He's just Ed.
But the future is now all undiscovered country, and it will be a hard land to navigate for a swaddling babe such as I. I can scarcely crawl, but at least I have you to help me.
About that, Eddie.
Yeah, about that.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, indeed.
I'm heading back to America, Eddie. I've got growing and changing to do myself, but we can still do our sessions over video call.
Oh no! Oh no, 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 you cannot leave, you must not! I will be all alone! The mortals wait for me to stumble, and when I do, they will fill my mouth with garlic and cut off my head!
You're definitely
Come
catastrophizing.
on, you're doing a little catastrophizing there. We'll still be talking over video calls.
It's like it's not the end of the
You've been
world,
handling
you'll
yourself
live.
fine in London without me.
Oh, but I haven't! I absolutely have not! I stayed in my coffin for the entire
Yeah, got a little
month.
codependency.
The director of the play
Oops.
who disarmed me so seeks my head for the loss of her Piero. Oh, my dear man, you must not go. You cannot do this to me. You cannot turn me into a shell of a vampire and then abandon me.
Don't
Now, Eddie,
blame
this thing
me.
that's happened is a part of your journey. You changed because you were ready to change. When you heard them laughs, you decided for yourself. You can't go blaming me for your own struggles. Now I know you're coming from a vulnerable place and all, but I'm making this change for me, and you gotta accept that.
I know. I'm sorry. Just don't leave me, please. I could come with you. I could go to America. Yes, a fresh start. I know America. I performed in Canada and in New York City.
You sure you want to do that, buddy?
Well, Eddie, I ain't much of a city slicker. I'm headed west.
I could move in with you. We could be roommates.
And then they were roommates. No.
Eddie, no, that ain't gonna happen. Look, I think there's something to what you're saying about that fresh start. but my role in your unlife is as your therapist. We
OMG,
gotta
they
stick
were
to them
roommates. You
boundaries.
get it.
Now, I'm happy to meet with you as your therapist, but you gotta be content with that, all right?
Yes. Of course. Yes, well then. That's settled. I'm going to America. I shall go home and pack my things immediately.
Now, take your time, Eddie. I need a little more time to wrap up here. I'll let you know what my schedule looks like over VMAX. Now, you gonna be okay?
Yes. The idea of a new start is rather exciting.
There was blood in my
Something
ears.
to
Did
look
Edmund
forward
try to fuck us? No, he was just like clinging onto our legs, like, please, don't leave, please. Now you're gonna have to tell him straight. Well, we did basically say no.
All right, Eddie. I'll talk to you soon then.
Of course, yes. Oh, my country. My country, 'tis of the sweet land of liberty.
Yeah.
Eddie, we're vampires. We don't have countries. Don't go trading one problematic identity for another.
Yes, of course. Well, goodbye, Sam.
Adios, muchacho.
Well, a new companion, is it, Samuel?
Oh, it ain't like that, Andy.
I know. I am very pleased with you. You maintained your boundaries well and gave Edmund a lifeline. Well, an unlifeline. You are the future of vampire therapy, my friend.
Oh, shucks. I'll settle for the present.
Yeah.
Then the present is a fortuitous one. I believe you are owed a drink.
Oh, yeah. After that, I sure as hell need one.
Then go downstairs and enjoy yourself. You shall soon say goodbye to your last client. Enjoy Crimson's best while you can. Rest in peace, dear Samuel. Greetings to
Like,
you,
yeah,
my
we're just
dear
speed
Samuel.
running this, I
It
see.
is, as always,
It's like,
a
I wasn't
pleasure
expecting to go
see
through all
your
these
face.
people so quickly. It's like, I thought it was gonna be like another 20, 30-minute session with each person, but there is free content post-game, so even if we wind up finishing the main story early, there's still a lot to do, so don't worry. Domo Doom Guy, welcome. How you doing? Good news? What good news?
Oh, thanks, Andy. You got a nice face, too.
Yippee! Congratulations! I did mine like a month ago.
It has served me well.
But no, it's good. It's good to pay your taxes.
I suppose tonight's meeting is bittersweet. You are saying goodbye to your last client, yes?
Yeah, that's right. Meddy should be showing up anytime.
I would like to give you something then, before she arrives.
Thanks, I guess. What is this? A piece of wood?
Like, y'all pay taxes? Don't worry about it.
From a barrel. One that once contained a naked man whose wisdom I was not ready to appreciate. His name was Diogenes. He would scream at people
Diogenes?
as they passed by, telling them to break out of the realities they were so comfortable in.
The dude that was walking around naked?
He questioned Athenian society, no matter how sacred, and emphasized the return to the beauty of nature.
You get paid in silver. Yeah, there you go.
He saw somehow through the constructed reality we have all created and understood the miracle of the individual. You, my friend, through your rebirth and death, your travels in the wilds, remind me so much of the man. Thus, I give this part of the barrel he lived in to you.
Wow. Dang, well, thank you, Andy. What's it say, though? Some great insight about what it means to be human?
It says Diogenes was here.
Ha!
Well, all the same, I love it. Thank you, Andy.
It could have no greater honor. Now then, I will leave you to tend to your client.
Like, was that relevant to anything, or were you just giving me your garbage? Yes. Alright, mind reading... should... positive... I don't know.
Got my ammo with
Yeah, it's probably worth a lot.
We really need to talk about this gun stuff sometime. What?
Yeah, I know. We'll get to it, I'm sure.
Do not worry about it for now. Please take a moment. She comes.
Hello, little mouse.
Ooh! She got the drip!
Oh, hello, Meddy. Interesting clothing you're wearing tonight. Have you been?
How have I been? Or rather, who have I been?
Sure, how about who have you?
I've been a halfling druid.
Wow!
You've lost me.
That's all right, sweet cowboy manling.
I've had ever so much fun as a halfling druid. My name is Bulgo Fraggykins, a halfling of Tuckland. When I was a child, I saved a tree from being burned by a group of nasty orcs.
Volgo Fraggykins. Sure, that works. Yeah, she got into some D&D. She's been LARPing. Yeah, some Bilbos.
The trees gave me magical druidic powers, which I now use to cleanse the land of evildoer.
Hold on, is this a thing that actually happened? I know you're real old and things were different back in your time.
What are you talking about, my sweet? It's happening right now. Me and my companions, we're a fellowship on a noble quest.
What's the quest?
What's this noble quest you're talking about?
Well, in the city of Balin's castle, there's a philanthropist mage named Durgan the Munificent, who keeps the people happy and content. But my fellowship and I have discovered that he's actually a warlock serving Anne Calgon the Clean, an ancient dragon who seeks to purify the land of all mortals.
Okay. It's like, yeah, I know, she got that accent.
Durgan is cutting down trees throughout the realm, which upsets me very much as a druid. We're going to defeat him, face Anne Calgon, and save the land from certain doom.
Okay.
It's like, what are you talking
Okay,
about?
I gotta admit, I have no freaking clue what the hell you're talking about, Medi, or Bulgo. Are you doing all right?
I'm LARPing, silly.
I don't know what that is.
Live action role playing. My friends and I get dressed
Yeah, it
up
does
and we
sound
pretend
weird
to
out of
go on
context, doesn't
grand
it?
Adventures.
Your friends? Who are your friends, Bulgo?
I did what you suggested. I emailed all my friends from the web ring, and they were very happy to hear from me.
It's like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I at least you're passionate about it.
So we decided to get together and play games. It's been ever so much fun. They're all mortals, but they love that I'm a real vampire. They share their blood with me as part of our role-playing. It's how I summon up enough magic to turn into a squirrel.
That's incredible. I'm so happy to hear that, Bulgo. You got blood, you got friends, and what about the algorithm?
My friends and I performed a mystic nature ritual to clear my mind. Nature provides what I need, not hyper-intelligent monsters.
Yeah, she's finally got an
The
ethical
algorithm
source.
only wants boring things anyway.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, whatever gets you off the internet.
I'm a bitch and only sell its accounts. I like my IRL friends better.
And how do you feel?
I feel happy. You were quite right. There are kind mortals. My friends have lots of mortal problems, but I have lots of money, so they don't need to worry about mortal things.
Yeah, she probably made a crap ton of money to pay for, like, at least a dozen lifetimes, so, yeah. Do some D&D later.
That sounds like a pretty decent exchange, Bulgo. Sounds like you're in a pretty good place, huh?
Well, almost. I have one problem that plagues me.
What is it?
Orcs. I hate them. Orcs. They're all awful. They cut down trees.
Now, come
Overgeneralizing.
on. I haven't met any orcs, but I know you haven't met all of them. You don't know their stories. Maybe they're that way because they were raised in troubled households and they don't know any better.
Don't
Show a
humanize
little
the
compassion,
orcs. Stop
same as
it.
you show for yourself, and maybe them orcs will surprise
Yeah, don't
you.
tell Blue Sky.
But the rule book says all orcs are evil.
Since when do you follow a rule book, Bulgo?
Perhaps you're right, little mouse. I have been a bit harsh on the orcs. I shall be kinder from now on.
No, we are not humanizing the orcs. Set them on fire.
You do that.
Yes, I'm
I
orcist.
gotta
What
share
about
some news
it?
with you, though.
can't stop
I'm
me.
heading back to America. Got all the orcs to deal with. Of course, we can keep doing our sessions over video chat. The time zones are a little rough, but I can talk just before dawn.
Talking about D&D, Doom Guy. You stop it.
Oh, that's all right, little mouse. I would rather not do a lot of computer things. And I'm feeling much better now.
Are you sure? I'm happy to talk, and I don't want you to think you're all alone.
Little whisker face. Don't worry about
Yeah, exactly.
me. I have what I need now.
Domo Cosmic, welcome. How you doing?
Well, if you're sure.
It's like,
If you
I
ever
may
need
have
me, just
improved
send me
the
an email,
audio.
okay?
Maybe.
That ain't no social network. More of a digital Pony Express.
Perhaps I can tell you about my adventures and how I will exact my
But yeah,
bloody
Medi
revenge
went
on
outside
Durgan
and
the
touched
betrayer.
grass, and now she LARPs. So, yeah.
I'd love to hear all about your adventures, Bolgo. I guess this is goodbye then, huh?
Nay, 'tis not a goodbye, but a farewell, sir. And may the light of Malone shine upon your path. Walk with nature.
She would have made a great VTuber.
Well, I hesitate to say any client is ever
Nice
cured
save.
of cognitive distortions, but perhaps Bolgo is.
Yeah, I wonder. She's been pretty free of all this human society stuff for a while. Maybe she knows better than any of us.
Perhaps. The Dark Angel Raziel ensnared even her, however, so we should be aware of his influence. Well, that was your last client. I suppose you are now free to leave whenever you like.
Are we RPing in? No, you guys stop it.
Oh, I ain't no rushing. I'm still dealing with the cruise line to get some space for my coffin. I'll be here a little while yet.
Then I shall endeavor to enjoy your company a while longer. Come, Samuel. The nights grow long. Let us enjoy ourselves.
Yeah, go after the demons. Yeah, Constitution check failed. I got a boomstick.
Hey, Crimson, you seen Andy? I wanted to have a chat with him before we leave.
He slept in tonight. We had a long night yesterday. Had to say our goodbyes, too. Poor guy acts like everything happens for a reason, and he's got to accept it. He was a little quiet. Why don't you check his office?
Did he say Crimson? No, I think he just said Crimson in a southern accent, but Andy might have made her that the other night. I don't know.
I'll do that. Thanks, Crimson. Andy, you around? Crimson said you were acting a little strange. Andy? Dang it, where the heck is that guy?
Andy?
Oh, he left the window open. It's freezing in here. I'll go close it. Ain't like Andy to be like this. Where the hell's he hiding when it's almost morning anyway? Wait a minute. Oh shit, there he is. I don't got time to pick my distortions. I'll just have to use the ones I know best. Andy, what the hell are you doing out here? The sun's coming up.
I did not intend for you to find me, Samuel. I had said my goodbyes already.
Andy, please, no, you're hot.
What are you talking about, Andy? There's no need to be thinking like this. Come on inside and we can talk.
This is literally that meme, like, haha, don't talk about killing yourself, babe, you're sexy,
Do not fear for me, dear Samuel. I do not leave out of despair. There is no distortion. This is simply a choice that I have decided to make.
Yeah, it's like he's too handsome and regal to die. He might be a bit uptight and stiff, but it's like it's only because he's a couple thousand years old. We can loosen him up. Like, yeah, I
How can
know.
you say that?
Samuel, I have walked this earth for more than 3,000 years. I have watched civilizations rise and fall. I have witnessed horrors and wonders you could not comprehend.
Yeah, being stiff is part of his charm.
I have been hated, and I have been loved. And I have hated and loved.
Cool.
I am a creature of myth, Samuel. A fragment of another age.
Don't label yourself.
These things are only true from your own perspective. You're doing some labeling and you know it. I know you ain't a mythological being. That's a cognitive distortion.
My friend, it is not. This is a world of computers, of technology. But I was here before the name Jesus Christ ever existed. I was here before civilization. It is not labeling to say that I am from another time, and indeed, older than most myths.
Why is the sun so bright? I
This
shouldn't
distortion
stare at it.
Does not apply to me.
Well, who cares about that, Andy? I think it's great that you got all this experience. You got perspectives most of us couldn't dream of having.
But Samuel, my perspectives are alien. The humanity I was born into is not the humanity of the modern world. My value is like that of a history book. And the perspectives I have, while well-earned, are of their time.
Oh, disqualify the
Andy, now you're
positive.
disqualifying the positive. You compare yourself to a history book, but history books don't talk. They don't reason.
Of course, my friend. But I do not disqualify the positive, not in the slightest. I merely ask you, and indeed humanity, to look to itself for answers. This is not a cognitive distortion, my dear Samuel. You give me such hope. That is why I must leave this earth to you, and those you will help cultivate and grow. I have had my place in this world for a very long time. I have done much good, and I have committed great evils, These things I accept, but it is time for me to stop having an influence on this world. When you told me that Heinrich Kramer still lived, it proved to me that I have had too much influence. The small choices I make change the fate of the world.
What are you talking
Andy,
about?
That ain't something you can know. Heinrich Kramer is his own man. He's made his own awful decisions. It's a control fallacy to think you caused what he's done.
It is not a control fallacy, my dear Samuel. My point was that my decision to support Heinrich Kramer had a lingering effect on this world. Like the wings of a butterfly, my actions have consequences for good and ill that cannot be predicted. But even butterflies die to support the natural order. This is not a control fallacy. Samuel, do not mourn me. All things must pass. It is the way of nature, a way that you know well. It is this way that brought you to my door. We have talked much in our time about the value of change and growth.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's just ready to go. Yeah, he's deflecting bullets, but it's like... He's like, do not talk to me about the scriptures. I was there when they were written. And it's like, no, you can't unalive yourself. Domo Midge, welcome. I see you on YouTube. Like, good thing that's working today.
Death is change, my friend. Nothing good.
Yeah, that
can
is
come-
Nosferatu
That's
thinking.
Nosferatu
You are
thinking
correct,
if I
Cosmic.
ever heard it. Nothing good can come from your having an eternal existence.
Like, I don't either. Something about thinking in black and white. I don't even think that's a real term.
You're doing plenty of good all the time.
Or maybe it
Think of
is.
the
I don't
people
know.
You've helped. Think about Crimson. Think about me.
I did not say that I could do no good, my dear Samuel. I have been honored to be a companion to you, to Crimson, and to so many others. It is the eternal that is incompatible with nature.
Yeah, welcome, Midge. How you doing? Yeah, I'm doing good. So I hope you're the same. Watch it. Classic movie. Yeah, nah. Something to do with thinking like a stereotypical vampire. Yeah, I think... You want to try this game? Yeah, no, as I mentioned before, it's like, there's no real, wrong way to go about it, so you could totally do things differently the way I did. It's probably gonna still end the same, but you might discover things about the characters that I didn't because I didn't choose the things that would probe them a certain way. Like with the mind reading.
My thoughts are clear. This is not Nosferatu thinking. I know you look for the best in everyone you meet, Samuel. You see potential where others do not. That is why you seek to rescue me. But I do not need to be rescued.
Yeah, it's good that you're doing good, Midge. Yeah, maybe you'll try shoehorn Nosferatu thinking in as often as possible. You could probably get away with that.
And that is why I am honored to leave the future in your hands.
I mean, these are some old-ass vampires who come from a very old way of thinking. You have a smoke sesh with your Coasty. Yeah, have fun with that. Whatever you're doing, Lemon Juice.
I confess,
You kids have
I
fun.
did not have hope for Edmund Keane. Rarely can such men be aided, but you persevered. I would not hope to help Heinrich Kramer either, but you dare to.
No
hope.
shoulds!
Pardon my saying so, but that's a load of horse shit. Where's that should statement coming from,
No
huh?
shoulds allowed.
Just because you don't see the same potential I do doesn't mean you should leave. That's Distortion City Population Andy.
It's hard enough to change a boomer. How hard is it to change a grand 20 times boomer? Yeah, right?
There are certain shoulds, however, Samuel, that are inevitable for the world to keep turning. The sun should shine, whether we like it or not. We should drink blood, whether we like it or not. And all things should die, whether we like it or not. It is not a cognitive distortion. Please, Samuel, do not make this difficult for me when it need not be. Go. Face your blood father. I believe you will succeed in turning Heinrich, and that will bring me peace in death.
Yeah, we tried, but I think he's pretty dead set on being dead.
But, Andy, I don't want you to go.
I know, my dear Samuel, but I must move on, just as you must. I have had my time here. Too much time. Too much blood has been spilled on my account. I have a confession,
It's like,
Samuel.
you're too grandfatherly to
Perhaps it
die.
will make my decision clearer to you. I am Heinrich's bloodfather.
Oh, well, that explains it. He's like, no, I made that piece of shit.
I made him into a vampire. I gave him eternal life. In my hatred for humanity, I empowered him in his dark work. It is my choice. that brought the Malleus Maleficarum into existence. My choice that fueled the deaths of so many. The beating of my wings 600 years ago killed your brother, destroyed your family, even caused the death of your princess.
Who's Heinrich? So, the vampire that converted Sam is Heinrich. He's the one that we're gonna go see in America, because he was the leader of the cowboy gang that, as he described, kind of just fucked everything for us and killed our horse. Like our poor princess. But for some strange reason, we still want to confront him in America after the dudes decide to be like, yeah, I'm gonna run a health insurance company, which is why hence the title of the stream. Yeah, he loved that horse.
I am so sorry, Samuel, but I hope you can understand why I must go. The world does not need my continued influence. There is no cognitive distortion that clouds my thoughts. Only the clarity of seeing the long arc of history formed by my hand.
I don't know what to say, Andy.
Then say nothing, Samuel. Go back downstairs. Live your own life. I have accepted my influence on this world, but that influence is over now. Crimson is now a vampire. She needs me no longer. You are a greater therapist than I. I am at peace. If I may offer a last word of advice, my friend, remember your strength. Approach every client with the same mentality you always have, and it will serve you well.
Yeah, it's definitely some kind of distortion, but... yeah, but at this point, there's nothing we can say. Literally.
Wait a minute. Approach every client the same way. I know what Andy needs.
Now, I wish to see the sunrise one last time. There is nothing more you can do for me, Samuel.
That's where you're wrong, Andy. I do have something to offer you, and that's compassion. I know you've done some awful things, and that must weigh mighty hard on you. I can imagine the pain you feel at seeing someone like Heinrich Kramer running around reminding you of the vampire you used to be.
I appreciate your empathy more than I can say, Samuel. You are right. It is painful. But my decision is about more than pain. I know my presence is unnatural. My world has died so many times over.
I know it has, Andy. I watched my friends and family die out a few times. You've done it 100 times at least.
Like, yeah, that's kind of how being immortal works.
If you didn't feel that, there'd definitely be something wrong with you. I'd say that pain is more natural than anything. But you don't have to feel that pain alone, Andy. You've made this world a better place so you don't have to.
You are kind, dear Samuel. Too kind to an old relic like myself. But I do not wish to see the history I have created. It is darkness that builds upon itself.
Andy,
No.
I forgive you. A lot of them decisions you made were terrible ones. Now, that Andy was a hateful asshole, but I feel sorry for him.
Yeah, it's understandable even besides that Heinrich thing. Internal life doesn't sound too fun. Like, yeah, no, there is gonna be a point where you're just like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, the first few 100 years, you're gonna be like, yeah, this is great, I'm having a good time. But after all, you're like,
Nobody who feels content and peaceful does things like that. I'm sure he hated himself as much as you hate him now. I know what it's like to look in the mirror and see a murdering sack of shit. But you're a person, Andy. You got needs, joys, regrets, and sorrows. You're deserving of love. And I love you, man.
I love you, man.
Damn it, Samuel. Don't you know crying is dangerous to a vampire? It is fluid we cannot stand to lose.
Well, let's go get you something to drink then. Come on, Andy. Let's get back to the darkness.
Thank you, Samuel. Thank you.
Yay! My god, that
What a
actually
night.
worked.
Poor Andy. I think he'll be okay, though. Being human means we're gonna keep making mistakes, but we'll have to accept them and forgive ourselves. I'll keep an eye on Andy before we leave, but he seems pretty eager to help me with Heinrich now. That ought to keep him going.
Honestly, yeah, having him around to help us with Heinrich is actually a good idea. Yeah, the Dill's been saved. Like, Doom guy, stop pulling some Final Destination bullshit over there.
He gave me this here coffin as a gift, and I'll definitely think of him whenever I'm resting in it. Now then, I think I'll do a little reading from my favorite book. Something to inspire me for the challenges ahead. I learned this, at least by my experiment, that if one advances confidently in the direction of his dreams and endeavors to live the life which he has imagined, he will meet with success unexpected in common hours. In proportion as he simplifies his life, the laws of the universe will appear less complex, and solitude will not be solitude, nor poverty poverty, nor weakness weakness. Yeah, you got it, Henry. I'll just keep walking and everything will turn out okay. Now, time to watch Mo yank Larry's hair out.
Heh.
Well, there ain't nothing funnier than some good old slapstick violence.
Yeah.
All right, I think I'm nice and relaxed now. Time for some good rest. The real journeys are still to come.
Okay.
Tonight's the night. Time to hit the dusty trail back home.
No Three Stooges? Nah. Is the normal bed not enough for some reason? Nah, I think vampire rules say something about sleeping in coffins.
You ain't gonna take
I don't
any
know.
sunrise strolls, right, Chief?
I am fine now. It was a momentary lapse of self-awareness. I have much to regret, but much to live for as well. I believe that you can turn Heinrich Kramer, Samuel, and I wish to help you as much as I can.
You better, Sugar Blood. You know I can stay if you need me.
No. I cannot hold you or Samuel back. We all must continue on our paths.
Yeah, originally it was you must return to the coffin you were buried, I think. Yeah, so I think it's kind of one of those things where it's like, they just gotta do it.
On my honor, I will continue as well, as I have for the last 3,000 years. You are already packed, and I would not see you delay.
I guess this is it then. Last time I'll see this bar for a while.
Immernacht shall not be the same without you, but it will be something new.
Oh, if you're looking for a new snack, there's this fellow who's been roaming around. Name of Kieran.
We have met. I should very much like to know him better. But do
Yeah,
not
either
worry
that
for
or
me,
the
Samuel.
eyeball lady.
A vampire is always comfortable with a little quiet. Regardless, I have my cats to snuggle.
You have cats and you haven't shown them this entire time?
Now then, let us go outside. I shall see you off.
I want to see the cats. Where's the cats? I want to see cats.
Well, here we are. Guess this is it.
Samuel, my dear, this is not an ending, but a beginning. Do
Like,
not
I'm not
think
a
that
cat.
I
What are you
have nothing
talking
left to
about?
teach you. We will
I'm a
speak
fox.
over the internet. I do not release you from therapy.
Reckon I got plenty of work to do still anyway.
You heard a cat meowing outside? Wowie.
We all do. Now, Crimson, come, embrace me.
Gosh.
I'm gonna miss you, Sugar Blood.
Yeah, cat software and dog hardware. Yeah, pretty
We will
much.
see each other again before long. And when we do, I will give your body pleasures that you...
You don't need to tell
There's the
me.
American I know so well. Very well. I bid you both an exciting journey. Now get out of here. Tears are unpleasant to our kind.
Oh, hey, Bert. You wanted to say something.
I think he wants to see us all.
Go on, my friend. Speak your mind. Have fun, mate.
Oh, Bert. You always know what to say.
Bird. Oh, so funny. Oh,
That's it, man. In the past months, I've learned more about myself than I did in the last 2 centuries.
Yeah, was that about fluffy boys?
I got reasons to hope that I can put my skills to use back home, and that I can help anyone who's ready to be helped. For the first time in my life, I got real friends who can't die. And together, we can be better vampires than we ever were alone.
Sam's a young vampire? Yeah, he's only a few hundred years old. I forget exactly. He's a cowboy, so yeah, he's like 200 something. Yeah, I'll hydrate. And to discourage your upstairs neighbor from overfeeding the pupper, she hit her head and wanted to warn him for being a good boy and trying to comfort her. Aww. Yeah, don't give him 12 pieces. That's too much.
I was lost once. I didn't know what I was put on this earth to do. I didn't know why I died. I didn't know who I was. I may be a vampire, but I can reflect now. Now I know who I am.
Alright, that's a compromise. Oh, it ends here? Well, I guess they left it open for a sequel. The sequel, Vampire Attorney. This be who I am. But yeah, like I said, there is other episodes that they put in the game for free, and there's also DLC as well, but the DLC costs money, so we're just gonna do the free stuff. Yeah, that's what I figured. The sequel will be in America. Yeah, Sam and Crimson will have returned in Vampire Therapist 2, hopefully. Hopefully! But yeah, you can see here it's the 3 episodes. I looked them up, they said they're like 30 to 60 minutes each, so we'll just jump right into it. The offshoot game, Vampire Real Estate Agent.
Samuel, my dear, thank you for making the time to speak with me.
Come on, Andy. I've got all eternity. I've always got time for you.
An elder vampire such as I should not need your time. But I have been rather foolish of late, and disappointingly powerless against my own cognitive distortions.
Yeah, vampire
Slow
landlord.
down.
You can make
I can't
vampire
catch
anything
up
at
with
this
all the
point.
cognitive distortions you're shooting right now.
I know. I have been neglectful of my own mental health, and that is why I wish to speak to you tonight. Before you came to learn from me, I was the only vampire therapist. But now that you have been trained, I wish to ask for your help.
Me? Andy, you said it yourself. I'm a baby vampire. How am I supposed to be your therapist? Also, ain't it kind of weird to have your own client as a therapist?
To be a therapist is not a position of power over another, my friend. Naturally, I think a different therapist.
Yeah, the
would be
only
preferable,
vampire
but
therapist,
You
apparently.
are here, and I understand your style. I believe you will be an excellent guide for my thoughts.
Yeah, there is a Dead by Daylight dating sim. Not that I really know much about that game, I just know that it exists.
Well, if you think it'd be all right, of course I'm here to talk. I've been worried about you.
I am sorry for that. It has just been emotionally difficult to see how my past, much like myself, refuses to be buried. But perhaps my efforts to bury my past have been the problem.
I can't Doom Guy. I don't know
wish
who any
to
of the
unburden
characters
myself
are.
to you, Sam.
Yeah, I did hear about Power World. It's like, haha, April Fools, making it an actual game.
I promise it will not take 3,000 years. I suppose you should pick what cognitive distortions I am likely to exhibit. I think we both know what my chief distortion. As reformed vampires, we have similar mindsets.
Disqualify beings, handsome devils.
It's disqualifying the positive. I guess it comes with the territory of being former bad guys.
It shall ever be our crucifix to bear. What other distortions do you think I need help with?
Alright, disqualifying the positives. He was labeling quite a bit before. You know, shoulds. Always right, probably. Yeah, probably control fallacy.
Okay, Andy, I think I'm ready to talk.
Do you mind if we play a game while we speak? Much of what I will recall will be difficult to
Feels
talk
guilty
about.
over the way his vampire son turned out. Yeah, basically.
Well, sure thing, Andy. What'd you have in mind?
Let us play a little Settlers of Wallachia.
Sure thing, Chief. Kind of funny how everything we do has to be vampire-themed, but I'm game.
It's the aesthetic.
We cannot escape our natures, as Dr. Drain might say. What would you like your first move to be?
I
Harvest.
think I'll harvest some blood. Never know when you might need some for a rainy day.
Indeed, there is nothing like sitting by a warm fire listening to the rain with a cup of warmed blood. Now then, let me tell you the story of my early days as a vampire. Here, perhaps this will tell you something of my origins. Please be
Ooh.
careful with it. It's nearly as old as I am.
Dang, this thing belongs in a museum.
One could argue the same about us, my friend, but this vase has emotional value to me. This poor vampire with a spear in his chest, his name was Machariel. He was my bloodfather, and the love of my short life. He was 6,000 years old when we met. He knew secrets from another age. He
Dang!
taught me
Man
how
was
civilization
ancient.
had restrained the
Even
human
more
hand.
ancient.
We did not even need to speak. He could communicate poetry with a single glance. This is the night he was killed by the Trojans. They attacked us in our sleep. I woke up to their laughter and his sweet blood splashing across my face.
Shit. Dang, Andy. I can't imagine how traumatized you must have been. Your heart must have been broken to pieces.
No, I did not allow myself to mourn. If I shed a single tear, it would have been my end. The pain I felt was so heartrending. I knew it would be my permanent death.
I feel like you're exaggerating, buddy.
Hold on, Andy's letting his emotions drive him.
No, I did not allow myself to mourn. If I shed...
Always
That
right,
sounds a little
okay.
Extreme. Emotional pain is real pain, but it doesn't kill on its own. I got no doubt that dealing with your partner's death would have hurt for a real long time. But people have been losing their partners since before we had words to speak with. And they all survived that pain.
Yes, I was young, Samuel. Like Edmund, I believed my pain was above all other pain.
Yeah, you ain't special, buddy.
It is difficult to challenge a young vampire's extreme emotions. I could not face my own sorrow, and so I turned my still heart toward anger and vengeance alone. And my vengeance was mighty indeed. I tortured
Doom guy.
Mechariel's killers, of course, but this did not cool my blood for even a moment.
What, you gotta eat?
I was resolved to taint their entire race. I planted a seed of darkness in the Trojan people that would blossom into a corrupted Roman Empire.
Oh,
Yeah,
your
that's
horses there,
definitely,
boss. You saying you caused the fall of the Roman Empire?
One dating sim? I don't know. I would need money from an artist to pay to make something like that, so,
Yes.
not
The
happening.
Trojans made Mechariel, so I ensured that
Maybe
their
someday,
fields were
but not
sown with
today.
blood, and all their
I spent all my
harvests
money
would
on
taste of
covers.
death. Their empire would be tainted from the start.
Oh, I could program it
and
myself.
suffering, and I aim to
I already have
ensure they
experience.
would suffer.
I just need art.
I guess men really always have been thinking about the Roman Empire. But that's a lot to swallow, Chief. I don't know that one man can bring down an empire.
Perhaps, but I can draw a direct link.
Cow
from my
power.
actions
Yeah,
to
Domo
the tainted
Johnny,
mystery
welcome.
of
How
Rome.
you doing? Like, we finished the main story, so now we're messing around with the free extra content. Yeah, make some dating sims. Why not? What's the worst that could happen?
Mythology says that it was Athena who brought down Troy, but it was I.
Wow, aren't you special? It's like, yeah, I made a dating sim that was literally just dating shapes.
You see, it was I who eliminated
All right,
the
rest well, Doom
opposition
guy.
to letting the Trojan horse into the city of Troy.
Roguelike action RPG? That's asking a little too much. It's like, there's a difference between programming a visual novel and a roguelike action RPG. Those are two different things. I guess he's Athena then now. Alright. Yoshi.
I'd like to show you a painting I commissioned of this event. I think you would appreciate.
Well, that is one beautiful
Han.
horse.
I thought you would appreciate the craftsmanship. We men of war love our horses.
Hey, I'm a man of peace now, and I love horses even more. What's it say on the side of the horse?
Faladum votum. It means a gift or sacrifice of Pallas.
What's palace?
Historians might tell you it is a pseudonym for Athena, and the gift of the Trojan horse was in her name.
Okay.
That was not my meaning. Let me explain. After the fall of Troy, the Trojans were led by a man named Aeneas, though I usually thought of him as Enos.
Real mature, Chief.
Come now, Samuel, I was young. Anyway, Aeneas was the ideal the Trojans wished to live up to. He was extraordinarily handsome, strong, and wise. Not a mindless killer like those who killed my Mechariel, but I would reveal this ideal to be false. I knew the mind of Aeneas. He was a Trojan, and like all Trojans, selfish and cruel.
Labeling.
But Chief, before a Trojan's a Trojan, they're a human. Maybe Trojan culture taught some of them to be a certain way, but being Trojan ain't in anyone's blood. Besides, ain't it you who's always reminded me that vampires don't have nationality?
You are of course correct, my friend. Aeneas was born a human, not a Trojan, but I wished to hurt him and all his people. After the siege of Troy, the Trojans
hi,
were
Taffy.
a landless people.
What do you
They
want?
drifted across the Mediterranean to the
What do you
great
want with
city
that
of
big
Carthage
booty butt of
in
yours?
Northern Africa. Carthage was run by Queen Dido, and even then,
What, you
women
ate your
proved more
nuggies, now you want
stable
attention?
rulers. Her people were happy and content, and did not fear the immigrant Trojans. They welcomed the wayward foreigners
want your ball?
and invited them to settle in Carthage. They were offered fields to farm in,
Man loves
protection,
his
and a
balls.
fair place in the city. Indeed, Dido herself fell deeply in love with Aeneas, and he with her.
There you go. Go get your
It
ball.
seemed the Trojans had found their peace. But for me, this was not fair. Why should the Trojans live in peace? Why should they smile?
Should
There's a
statement.
lot about the world that
Easy.
ain't fair, Andy. Expecting fairness or that things should be a certain way ain't respecting that reality. I think you were trying to create your own reality.
Old
but
cat
that's a
Ginger used to
pretty
love
tall
chasing the
order.
ball if you threw it, but you never bring it back. Well, they're cats, so they're like... It's like, It's like, no give, only throw.
Very perceptive, Samuel. If only I had you around back then to share your wisdom, though perhaps I was not ready to receive it. I could only think of hurting the Trojans.
Derive an ought from an is. Okay.
I made certain that Aeneas and his Trojans would no longer be welcome in Carthage. I seduced pure Aeneas. He was not so pure when I was done with him. Seduction was always a great skill of mine.
Dang, boy.
I never would have guessed.
Yeah, most cats do a little too much sometimes. Yeah, you know. Like, some cats do, they'll even bring it back and throw a tantrum if you don't. Yeah. Like, Taffy will look at me and be like, play with me more, and I'll be like, but I don't know where your toy is. Means you can't determine what be by looking at what is. Sometimes it do be how it do with the is and how you do. Okay.
I made sure that saw us. She adored Aeneas, and I broke that poor woman in my lust for vengeance. Aeneas could not face her again, and so set sail with his people away from the land that had so warmly welcomed them. Queen Dido built for herself a mighty pyre, and even from 3 leagues away, Aeneas was forced to see his love burn in the fire of her sorrow. He could not hide his shame from me, nor his tears. To me, they were beautiful.
Dang, this dude's hardcore. Where was this at the beginning of the game?
Holy shit. I get that hurt people, but dang, you could have turned it down a notch.
It's like, no, I'm digging this. Guess if you live as long as a vampire, you swing the other way at some point. Yeah, no, they had a whole conversation, actually, where it's like, once you become a vampire, it's like, it basically changes you, so you basically stop having preferences.
Oh, that was not even the end of my vengeance.
And it's like, yes, it kind of makes sense considering you're dead, so you can't reproduce. So if you still have the instinct to fuck, but you don't care where your parts go in what hole, it's like, whatever.
But first, I believe it is your
I don't
turn to
know.
settle Wallachia. What are you going to do?
Destroy mirrors? I don't
Seems
know.
like I should get rid of any mirrors. Don't want the mortals to know my secret.
A good choice. Here in Germany, privacy is still a value. Now then, where was I? Ah, yes. The Trojans left Carthage for the northern Mediterranean.
Yeah, sounds like code for have at it fan arts. Yeah, no, it's a case of everyone's bisexual. Draw whatever you want. Yeah, a hole is a hole and any hole is a goal. Sure.
Aeneas met a noble Greek man named Evander, and to my dismay, they set aside the horrors of the Trojan War and became allies. Evander's people were warring with a local tribe, the Rutulians, led by a bloodthirsty boy named Turnus.
He went as far as say he had met a vampire that doesn't swing in every other way. Yeah! He did say that, so I think it is purely just a case of it is a side effect of becoming a vampire, is that you're just like you have stronger instinct to just do, I guess.
In the dark of night,
I mean, it
journeyed
is
with
transforming you
Turnus.
into
I
a
trained
completely
his
different
people
person in
the
a
art
way.
of war. I taught Turnus how to fight as a man who fears neither death nor shame. In the ensuing battles, the child of Evander, Pallas, was killed by Turnus, despite Aeneas' protection.
Doesn't make much sense. It's fiction. Don't worry about it. It's like, it's fiction. Don't take it too seriously. If their inverse vampires want to fuck everyone, their inverse vampires want to fuck everyone.
Aeneas was enraged that his peace with the noble Greek Evander was threatened, and so, day after day, he slaughtered Rutulians until Turnus' people became afraid and began to turn against their leader. Knowing that Turnus would lose, I convinced him to challenge Aeneas to single combat, a final battle. But Turnus would only lose his life. I was determined that Aeneas and the Trojans would lose their souls. I convinced Turnus to wear the belt of Pallas, the child of Evander he had killed, as a trophy. As I predicted, Aeneas easily defeated Turnus, ending the war against the Rutulians.
It indeed doesn't make sense. It really just because the vampires have traditionally been depicted as non-straight. As for why, we don't need to get into that right now. Yeah, we know what we know about like Anne Rice and all that. Don't worry about it. That's why I'm like,
As Aeneas
don't think about it
extended
too
his
hard.
hand
It's
in
all
mercy,
fiction.
He saw the belt of Pallas, and that mercy melted away. He drove his spear into Turnus's chest, and Rome was so founded, not in mercy, but in blood. So you see, Samuel, I was the cause of Rome's bloodlust. Every cruel...
No, you didn't.
Chief, that's assuming way more power and blame than you can take credit for. You hurt them Trojans, sure enough, in ways they couldn't erase. But you can't suggest that you created the morality of people who weren't even born yet.
I understand this now, but I do not wish to erase the part in Roman history I had. After all, this was only the beginning of my evil deeds against the people who once called themselves Trojans. I'm sure you would agree that the things I did to the Trojans were horrific. Because of the loss of my lover, I aimed to taint the soul of an entire people.
So you had a villain arc.
In the last 200 years, I have done significant acts of good. I have uplifted the poor. I fought the scourge of fascism. I have helped vampires find the peace that was so elusive to me. But the good I do now is washed.
No disqualifying the
Andy, who
positive.
asked you to compare those evils to the good you do? Is the Andy of today gonna do more of them evils?
He will certainly aim not to.
So why are you cutting him down? Would it be better if he didn't commit acts of good? Do you need to remind him he's evil every 5 minutes? Or is that disqualifying the positive?
You see why I also need a therapist. Knowledge of cognitive distortions does not mean that I am immune to them.
So you've taught me. But I like the Andy I know, so I'll thank you kindly not to be such an asshole to him.
It's like, yeah, stop picking on him. And by him, I mean yourself.
Crimson does say that she likes Imernak to be an asshole-free zone. I would not wish to disappoint her.
Yeah, no nuts and buts about it. What, Taffy? What, did your ball die and now you're bored again? What? I know not what this child wants, he just stares at me.
But regard well. I have claimed all of your souls, and am now the voivode of Wallachia.
Oh, shucks, these German board game rules are so complicated.
And I have had thousands of years of experience in the art of war, my friend. Next time, press
you want to
your
go on my lap?
advantage.
Okay,
You may
let
do
me-
a little better.
Alright, hop on. Come on.
But for now, let us
Stinky
go down
boy.
and party. I am DJing tonight, and it is time to get down and boogie, as the children of the night will say.
Come on, get up here.
Oh, are the mortals still saying that?
Get up here, Taffy. Yeah, DJ
I
Andy.
don't actually know, but I am ready to let
Jump!
off some steam. Come, my friend.
Taffy's
The
not
night
jumping
awaits.
up on my lap. Come on. Like, oh! When they said it was 30, 60 minutes, did they mean in total? Ah, shit. Well, we'll keep going. Whatever, it's fine. Like, I didn't know they meant that in total.
Hello, Samuel.
Whatever.
Evening, Chief. You doing all right? You sound a little down.
In truth, my friend, I have been dreading this evening. I appreciate your taking the time to point out my cognitive distortions, but there are some elements of my past that are especially painful to sort through.
Hey, we were both bad guys, Andy. But we're not anymore, and that's what matters.
This is true. Cognitive distortions are by nature illogical, but I have you to help me clear them up.
Notice on YouTube, I stream at a higher resolution. Yeah, because otherwise it doesn't compress the quality properly. Like, it comes out, like, really crunchy. So, I lie to YouTube telling it to stream at a higher quality so it doesn't crunch it.
You should decide what distortions you'd like to focus on tonight so that we may begin our work.
Yeah, that's one of those life hacks I picked up when I noticed, when I started dual streaming again, I noticed it would be crunchy even if it was at 1080p. And they're like, oh, you gotta tell it you want 1440 so it'll do it correctly. Why it does that, I don't know. That's YouTube's choice, I guess. But yeah, let's try some different ones. Maybe some... We'll keep the should. I like the should. Maybe some catastrophizing. Maybe some mind reading. And some personalization? Sure.
I think these will suit me fine. Lay it on me, boss.
Love that crunch.
It is time for me to stop delaying. I suppose you might be able to guess what aspect of my past is giving me such distress.
It's about
You're
Heinrich,
thinking
isn't
about
it?
Heinrich Kramer, ain't you?
Yes, my actions 600 years ago bring me no end of shame and regret. I have never truly processed what I did.
Yeah, so we'll assume this takes place after he tried to obliterate himself in the sun, but before we left. I'm assuming that's the
I have
timeline,
sought to
if this is
distance
even
myself
canon.
from Heinrich Kramer, but that is exactly what
I'm
Edwin
assuming
King
this is
tried
canon.
to do with his past. I am no different from him. I will summon my emotional strength and accept my part in Heinrich's development as a monster. I believe the 1400s were my worst century. I had professionally killed so many by then, and I was so good at it that murder seemed meaningless. I no longer felt that dark adrenaline that accompanies life-taking. I felt nothing. If I no longer felt anything at the taking of a life, did life matter at all? In order to combat this feeling of emptiness, I transitioned from a simple vampire into a far more terrible monster. I became what is known in modern times as a troll.
Oh no, not a bridge troll.
I have observed many trolls throughout history. It is a common fate for those who fail to find purpose. Ironically, it is often those who are most privileged who become agents of cruel chaos.
Oh, like that billionaire fellow who runs all them companies, but
I'm
Yeah.
unfamiliar with the man.
I think that'd piss him off more than anything.
It makes sense for a mortal billionaire to act in this way. Being so powerful yet feeling your impotence
yeah,
on a
haha,
global
Elon
stage
Musk joke,
is a
we get
strange
it.
kind of pain. Heinrich Kramer was such a man. I was doing business in the southern regions of the Holy Roman Empire when I met him in a tavern. He was drunkenly
Or
ranting and
Bezos,
raving
whoever.
about the
Insert
sin of Eve,
billionaire
how
here.
women were
Whatever.
the cause of all evil, that witches surrounded us. He had gathered quite an audience, who delighted in egging him on to sound even more ridiculous.
Like, yeah, I
By
know.
the end of the night, he was spouting some nonsense about how breasts were chest horns and that all women possessed a sacral hump indicating a vestigial tail.
A what?
Wait, what? Was this fella serious?
It was like a stand-up comedy show, but with more vomiting and misquoted Bible verses. But I was very old already. I saw through the humor to the true hatred beneath. I cannot believe I ever saw value in such a fallen one.
No
You didn't
shoulds.
think I'd miss that should statement just because you said ought instead of should. There's only one man assigning that should, and that's you, Chief. You're the one shoulding all over yourself.
You speak truly. I have conjured up quite the should storm.
Yep, you're shoulding all over the place, but we gotta wipe that up and see things as they are.
The metaphor is getting a little too visceral now. I will continue.
Think that was the point of Andy not knowing? Yeah, no, that was the joke.
Heinrich was already an influential friar in the Dominican order, with ties going all the way up to the Vatican. But his hatred was childish and personal. His persecution of witches failed because he seemed entirely petty. I functioned as his mentor and press relations manager.
Wait, so you were a warrior, an assassin, and a PR guy?
A man with many hats.
Is it so ridiculous? Assassinations are often public relations moves. Dictators have their critics killed for professional reasons, not just personal ones. Anyway, I turned his rambling manifestos into something more grounded. He made a scholarly appeal to Pope Innocent VIII to condemn witches, and he was only too glad to issue a papal bull.
What's a papal bull?
It's a memo issued by the Pope to
No,
elect
Moika, you're
Christians
welcome.
who
How you
positions or
doing?
doctrines of the Church. In this papal bull of 1484, the Pope condemned those who consorted with devils, incubi, and succubi, and those who cast spells.
Huh, it does sound like a bunch of bull.
You are not the first to think so. This papal bull was largely ignored. Pope Innocent VIII was not a well-regarded pope. At this time in his life, he was a frail old man, mostly surviving on the breast milk of teenaged girls. He was far from a spiritual authority.
Oh, yuck. I'm starting to see where the Puritans came from.
The late 1400s often mirror our current times, I find. Intensely concentrated power does terrible things to men, especially when they feel threatened.
Yeah, it's like, ew.
Heinrich was intensely disappointed when this papal bull did not result in the widespread persecution of women.
They keep bringing up this guy, but it looks like we're not going to see him until the sequel. It's like, ugh. I don't know if I want to see him in the sequel.
I encouraged him to intensify his efforts. Had it not been for my encouragement, perhaps the Inquisitions of the time would never have happened.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
It was at this time that I offered Heinrich the chance to dedicate his immortal soul to his dark work by taking it from him. The supreme, delicious irony of welcoming a hateful man of the church into eternal darkness was too tempting for me. Of course he took my offer. He was all too eager to devote eternity to his hateful work, and just because I thought it would be funny, I told him we needed to have homosexual sex in order for the dark ritual to work.
Really?
He was so eager to abandon his beliefs to indulge his hatred.
Oh, jeez, Chief. You really ain't too picky about who you're getting intimate with.
Yeah, it's like, dude's been around for 3,000 years. He's done some teenage rebellion levels of shenanigans.
You are such a sweet blood.
Like, yeah, that is actually funny,
Sex need
but
not
I'm just
always
also
be about
like,
intimacy.
bruh.
It was the cruel irony that gave me satisfaction. Heinrich took to unlife well. He dedicated himself wholeheartedly to his great book, the Malleus Maleficarum.
Oh, you mentioned that before. Well, what was in this book?
Here, take a look. I have an old copy. This is a
Okay.
manual of sorts on how to identify, persecute, and kill witches. It was a work of dark fantasy garbage, unworthy of any respect.
Jeez, Andy. I feel like you ought to burn this thing. Smells like brimstone and bad news.
No, Samuel. If the past does not teach us, we will be doomed to repeat it. I kept it to remind me of just how far I had once fallen.
Yeah, it's like, you didn't write this, but in a way, you made this.
I gave him the brilliant idea of attaching Pope Innocent's papal bull to this work in order to give it legitimacy. We also fabricated an endorsement from the University of Cologne. Fact-checking was so slow back then that it would take decades to challenge the legitimacy of such an endorsement.
Sounds like an election debate.
You see, my friend, mortals are eager to follow instructions. Church authorities were all too willing to enforce these rules, and so Heinrich became a superstar influencer. His works spread across Europe, and witchcraft, once a superstitious joke, became a very real problem to the public.
Oh boy.
This climate of persecution spread throughout the Holy Roman Empire, and would later fuel witch hunts even in your own country. But even this systemic persecution was not enough to sustain me. Acceptance of radical ideas has a way of normalizing the radical, and I soon became bored of Heinrich.
Wait, you helped make a witch hunting manual popular throughout Europe, and then you got bored.
Apparently.
A troll requires fuel to feel they matter. If a troll ceases to be radical to others, they are beings without purpose. I told Heinrich as much when I dumped him. I said that he bored me. He was a mere tool to be used.
Oh, dang, Chief. You didn't think much of Heinrich after all, did you?
Nope.
Many spoke of mortals as insects. I felt much the same way. When you are more than 1,000 years old, it is easy to fall into such thought patterns. Legitimizing witchcraft was a significant accomplishment, to be sure, but its fulfillment left me feeling empty. When the clerical authorities began persecuting witches on their own, I felt rather left out. I wanted their persecution to happen because of me.
Personalization?
But, hey, the actions of
Yeah.
others weren't just because of you. They got that dirty old manual.
Like,
you
finally,
had
one of these
right.
things came
It was
up.
to them to decide to listen to it.
At first I was like, did I pick some terrible ones?
You speak truly, my friend. I wish you had been around back then to speak with me. The existential angst of a very old vampire is hard to communicate. I just wanted to feel that I mattered somehow. By 1492, I had to go somewhere where I feel more effective as an agent of chaos, and there was no better place to go than Spain.
Of course I say
Specifically
that after I was
Granada.
like, oh yeah, there's no way to make like terrible things, but it's like, no, we're fine.
Well, why
I'm just
Spain?
saying.
Spain in 1492 was a mess. For more than 260 years, Granada had been a center of learning. The Muslim Nasrid dynasty ruled, but Jews and Christians were allowed to practice their religion and even rose to high positions in society.
Wow.
But when Ferdinand and Isabel of Castile arrived with the Spanish Inquisition, it was incompatible with the harmony that defined Granada. I smelled blood, for lack of a more apt phrase. My instincts were correct. I arrived in Granada in April. Though the stones were still stained red, its conquerors were hungrier for blood than I was.
It's like, guess who's home for dinner?
Ferdinand and Isabella had just sanctioned Christopher Columbus's trip westward in search of treasures to fund their conquest.
Hey, I know this one. In 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue.
I have heard this poem as well, but it did something quite terrible. Do you know what it is?
Well, it's like, I'm pretty sure it's D all the above, but
Columbus didn't actually discover America. Folks were already living there.
Yes, I would say that Ferdinand and Isabella wrote this poem themselves, but unfortunately, they were too learned to write something so insipid. The journey of Columbus was not a noble journey, but a savvy and cruel move by Ferdinand and Isabella to solidify their tenuous position as rulers of a unified Catholic Spain. If I could find my way into their court, I could commit such devilry. It would not be easy for a dark-skinned demon like me to worm myself into their graces, but I found a way.
It's like, where are you from? It's like, you're Greek Roman, so presumably you're part of more towards the Middle East, so nah, you would have been fine.
Let me guess. You seduced Ferdinand. Or Isabella.
Samuel, I am hurt. You think I just fucked my way through history, don't you?
Yes! That's what it's sounding like so far. This seems like your self-insert fan fiction, for lack of a better term. Yeah, Columbus failed to be discoverer of America in 2 ways.
Oh, shucks, Chief. I didn't mean nothing by it. I just saw a running theme and thought...
Well, you were right. I seduced Isabella of Castile's chief advisor.
See what I mean?
They called her La Latina.
Okay.
What a woman. Here, I have a painting of her. Her name was Beatriz Galindo. She was one of the most learned mortals I have ever met, if not the most.
Is this vampire fan fiction actually a history lesson in disguise? What is happening?
This painting does not capture her essence well, but she was also devilishly attractive. There is nothing sexier than an inquiring mind, and Beatriz, she was one of the sexiest women I have ever known.
You sound a little smitten there, Chief. Better not let Crimson hear.
She knows about Beatriz. Not everything, of course. She doesn't need to hear the most intimate details.
TMI!
But, seeing as you are acting in the capacity of my therapist, I can tell you, yes?
No, please.
She used to do this one thing with her finger.
No!
I just think all this stuff should maybe be done behind closed doors.
I'm sorry, my dear. I don't wish to go too far, but I will still unburden myself. I believe I did Beatriz great harm. She was newly married when I met her in Granada. Her husband was a man named Francisco Ramirez de Madrid. As his name implies, he was of Madrid, meaning that his lovely wife was often left alone in Granada. It took me an entire month to get her into bed. Perhaps the longest courtship of my entire life.
Shucks. For an immortal being, you don't take your time much, do you?
Apparently not.
I don't usually have to try. But Beatriz was a woman of principle. She was not ready to cheat on her husband or her holy vow. She did not share her body with me immediately, but in her mind, the deed had been done 1,000...
Mind reading.
You might be doing some mind reading there, Chief. Dark forces that made us know you're a fine specimen of a man, but not everyone wants a piece of you.
Of course I know this. But if we are dealing in reality, I know that this is indeed what many people are thinking of when they meet me.
Well, yeah, just because you're sexy and dark and rugged and well-dressed and sophisticated and intelligent and very handsome. Yes, I think a lot of people would probably consider you. So what?
Yeah, I ain't gonna deny that, but that's only many people, not all people, right? You couldn't really know what was in Beatrice's mind. Maybe she really didn't see you like that right away.
Perhaps it is so. I should not let overwhelming evidence fuel an unchecked ego. In any event, I knew her by reputation before I met her, and I knew the way into her underclothes. It was through Latin. Other than myself, she was perhaps the global authority on Latin, largely an unspoken language at the time. I quoted Virgil to her, the story of my old nemesis, Enos.
You mean Aeneas, right?
What did I say?
Don't worry about it.
You definitely said Aeneas.
My mistake. Anyway, I knew I would be her match in Latin, so I told her, Nunc scio quid sit amor. Now I know what love is. She admonished me for my forwardness, but did so with a smile that she could not hide from me. With her husband in Madrid, I spent the warm Spanish evenings with her, drinking her blood and sharing thoughts of terrifying intimacy.
Oh, meaning you got up to a lot of kinky stuff.
My God.
Oh, the kinkiest. We probed each other so deeply. Do you know what we did?
Sir, I know you're very eager to gloat about the 3,000 years of hot, kinky sex you've had, but we don't want to hear it.
Well, I can guess.
Sam, no, this is a trap.
Discussed Aristotle.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, Okay, maybe I can't guess.
You cannot know true intimacy until you have delved deeply into Aristotelian logic, biology, and
Yeah, very
virtues with
juicy.
another.
God help me. Yeah, we don't want to know.
Samuel, I used her. Even with the bond we formed, a bond that few couples on this earth could ever achieve, I used. Through her influence, I was able to embed myself into the Spanish court. I introduced Ferdinand and Isabella to the Malleus Maleficarum. They adored it, of course. They loved blood as much as I did.
So you were feeding poison to a couple of already rabid dogs.
Yes, it inspired their brutal actions against the conquered Muslims and Jews, which delighted me in this foolish troll era of mine.
Can you really call yourself a troll when it's actually leading to terrible consequences? Sounds like just being a straight-up monster era to me, but what do I know?
After evenings discussing mystic ancient virtues with Beatrice, this was a great betrayal.
It's like, it's one thing to be a troll on the internet and be like, haha, hee ho ho, I said thing that made you angry. It's another to, you know, convince royalty to commit genocide.
I deserved to suffer for helping Heinrich, and I deserve to suffer for using Beatrice.
Yeah, now we're getting into literal trolls. Most trolls have no remorse. Yeah.
I think she was trying to save
Like, we're
me
going
for
beyond
conversations,
being
and
under bridges and eating
I might have
goats.
charmed her with my voice and my words, but she knew who I was. Have you read much about Aristotelian ethics?
We didn't discuss a lot of Aristotle out on the range.
I think he will
Tell
not be
him.
so alien to you. He described a concept known as the virtuous mean. It is not so different from the middle path we speak of so often. Between purposelessness and overambition, there is fair ambition. Between shyness and shamelessness, there is modesty.
Reminds me a lot of Isabella d'Este and Dr. Drain.
Exactly. We cannot sustain being individuals of pure vice or pure virtue. There is no peace in such ambition, but I could not hear her wisdom. I was 2,500 years old. Who was immortal to talk to me about ethics and virtue? It is simply difficult to reconcile my disappointment with myself, Samuel. That I helped the evil and used the virtuous. Once I had helped to fuel the bloody ambitions of Ferdinand and Isabella, I abandoned Beatrice. It is a dark thing indeed to live to be a troll. There is no fulfillment in such a life, only pain. A troll such as I was is a societal toxin. We break down the social contract and reduce humanity to a bestial state.
Catastrophe?
I think you're
Yeah.
giving trolls a little too much credit there. I had this conversation with Dr. Drain once, where we talked about how a vampire is a vampire. Oh, well, a troll is a troll.
And a horse is a
Damn, the
horse.
troll figure of the universe.
Yeah, catastrophize.
A troll's got the power to be a nuisance.
We don't speak a
It's
troll
up to
fallacy, but we
everyone
don't
else
have
to
that
play
in
along
here,
with it.
so we go with the closest thing.
From my perspective, a troll is a pretty damn weak person.
Yes, you are correct. I was weak. I give myself both too much credit and too much blame. Quite the human paradox, is it not?
You're still human, Chief.
Alas, I believe I was a far more successful troll than I have been a sincere human being. I used Heinrich and Beatrice more effectively than I have ever helped kindly.
Disqualifying the
You're
positive. Stop it.
disqualifying the positive again. Whatever troll you were in the past, comparing him to the Andy of today is as useful as milking a bull. Well, actually, it might make the bull happy, but we ain't gonna talk about that. Point is, if we're talking about the good you do now, what do your troll days have to do with anything? You're being a real Count Gloomula if you're taking something good
Count
and ruining it for no
Gloomula. Okay,
reason.
that's one way to put it.
Count Gloomula. I know of no such man.
I made him up. But he's
Yeah.
just who you're being when you're knocking
It's
yourself
like,
down.
that was the joke. He's so gloomy.
You are correct, Samuel. May that Andromachos remain buried. I will not forget him, but not so that I might torture myself, but to remember how far I have come. I must say, I am feeling much less burdened having spoken with you, my friend. I feel as though I am in bat form already, with the wind beneath my wings.
I'm
Cool.
glad to hear that, Andy. I don't want you weighed down.
Would you like to go out for a night fly with me, my friend?
Sure.
That sounds like a mighty fine idea.
Then let us go. The moon is high and the night awaits.
Alright, Pog. Yeah, this probably is gonna wind up taking me an hour. But that's okay, because I have another game I could just boot up to play that I've had on reserve for emergencies. So, don't worry about it. We'll just focus on finishing this. Yeah, it's like nothing kinky, just two guys floating around as bats. Wish I had his hat as a bat.
Hey,
Yeah,
Andy,
that'd
you
be
ready
cool.
for our therapy session, partner? Hey there, you ain't Andy. Panoptabella. What are you doing here?
I was looking for the bathroom.
Well, this ain't the bathroom.
I can see that. I'll go then.
Hey, Chief, what's going on?
Panoptabella and I were simply having an exchange.
In exchange of what?
Samuel, my dear, you do not need to know everything. It is not my business to share. We are here for my therapy session, are we not?
Yes. It's like, yeah, he's probably going to tell us he's responsible for the bubonic plague now. Yeah, at this point, it's like, yeah, he's going to be like, yeah, I'm responsible for literally fucking everything.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
How are you doing,
fluids.
boss?
In truth, I feel much improved, my friend. I believe unburdening myself to you has been most helpful. My lightening of spirit comes with its own distortions, however. Which would you like to focus on tonight?
Alright, what haven't I done yet? I don't think I've done emotional reasoning in a long time. Haven't done fairness fallacy in a while. Could do some blaming. I tell you the time I took a box full of plague fleas on a tour of Europe? Yeah, right? And good old should statements. I love
think
me
I've
some
got
should
what I need to
statements.
handle an ancient vampire. Go on, Chief. What's been on your mind?
The last century has been a bit isolating. Other elder vampires think themselves above self-improvement, so we have little to speak of.
Well, I guess that ain't no surprise. New ways of thinking don't usually come out of retirement community.
Indeed, we elderly often prefer to sing praises to old glories, but there is no glory in my past, only death.
Disqualifying the
Stop you
positive
there,
again!
Chief. There is no glory in my past, only death. You're 3,000 years old. Can you really say you got nothing to be proud of in that time?
I am not proud to be an effective killer, my friend.
I just have trouble believing all you did was kill and sleep for 3,000 years.
That is fair. I have met many fascinating people and seen many forgotten wonders.
See, there you go. Don't go tossing out the blood with the blood bag.
You are correct. Against my own wisdom, I hope to erase the parts of my unlife that bring me shame.
Well, it's like you told me. Everyone's got cognitive distortions, and we ain't ever gonna get over them.
Too true. I must accept the evil so that I can appreciate the good. I confess I often wish to give myself a pass, because in hindsight my evil was so pointless. Have you ever heard the phrase, the banality of evil?
Oh, no, but I can guess what it means.
It's dumb.
Evil is just plain dumb. It ain't thoughtful. It ain't empathetic. Don't even have a goal, really. It's the opposite of being mindful.
Samuel, your insights serve you well. Yes, that is exactly it. Evil is dumb. Historian Hannah Arendt coined this phrase to describe the actions of some Nazi leaders. In Western tradition, when we think of evil, we imagine powerful creatures of darkness intent on hurting others. Even in this understanding, evil has no ideology. It is, as you say, dumb.
Yeah. Like how you think Rome and Greek equals Middle East. I don't know. I'm a dumb American. I don't know why he's dark-skinned. It's just that he keeps talking about the Roman and Greek history, so I don't know if he's like Persian. I don't know if he's Turkish, Islamic. I don't know. I don't think he even said. So that's why I was thinking, oh, maybe like, I don't know. I'm a dumb American. Yeah, evil, dumb is evil. Yeah, he has a history in Troy. Yeah, exactly. No, he got turned in he got turned in Greece, so he could be Anatolian. Yeah, so whatever would make the most sense here.
And when we perceive evil as dumb, it is tempting to simply dismiss it.
Yeah, just dark-skinned Latin. If that was a thing, then sure. I don't know.
If I live in a life that is no longer evil, it does not feel right to be judged by the centuries I spent in dumbness.
I wouldn't feel great about being judged by...
If I live in a life that is
Yeah, fairness
I know it
fallacy,
doesn't
okay.
feel right, Chief.
Yeah,
I know
turned to
you ain't that
grease
man
like a chicken
anymore.
nugget? I don't
I
know.
get how it doesn't seem fair to be judged.
Yeah, a lot of people got turned to grease. Yeah, right. More like turned on. Ha 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 ha
But
ha.
the universe doesn't care how dumb you were. It ain't considering you, just like you didn't consider the folk you hurt.
Yes, I am exhibiting a fairness fallacy, I know. Perhaps it can be considered evil for me to wish my history to be expunged.
Now, don't go Nosferatu thinking, boss. It ain't all or nothing. You ain't evil Andy or good Andy. You're the whole Andy.
I understand. And I do value my dark history, even if I find it shameful. Indeed, it was the realization of the banality of evil that made me question it.
Well, how's that?
Well, you and I know what effective killers we are. There is no mortal that would dare stand against us.
Yeah, he's got a Greek name, and he's also older than Rome by far. Yeah, so, I don't know. I tried Googling it up really quick, and I'm getting, like, no answers. Aside from the AI-generated answer, but I'm not trusting an AI-generated answer.
We are physically superhuman. But are we truly greater beings than mortals?
It's like, one of you can Google it.
How many people do you think
And then you could tell me, and then I could be a little smarter.
Well, you being 3,000 years old and all, I bet you've killed...
At least a
You
million.
must have killed a few million mortals. That's a hell of a thought.
You know as well as I do how normalized killing can be for our kind. Yes, I have killed millions. The truth is, I have no idea how many people I have killed. I was certain, however, that I was the dominant force of death in the world.
Speaking of AI generated, there's been this weird trend on Twitter lately where it's like the AI people are now, if you're like, oh, I don't like AI art, they're like, oh, I'm gonna own you, bro, by making AI generated art of you being pregnant. And it's just weird, because it's like they're taking pictures of like actual real people and doing that stuff. And it's like, bro, that's not an own. That's just being creepy. And it wasn't even originally their idea. It was a joke that actual artists made, being like, yeah, don't mess with real artists, we could draw you pregnant. But it was obviously a joke. But no, they took the joke, they stole the joke, and then decided to make people pregnant for real using real people. Like, bro, what's wrong with you? Yeah, that's where I draw the line. I agree. It's like, if you want to draw Shrek pregnant, or make an AI-generated image of Shrek pregnant, go ahead. But once real people get involved, then it's like, dude, that's not cool. Yeah, that's kind of a self-own, yeah.
But in the 20th century, humanity showed me that I was far from superhuman. If I thought I was detached from the value of life, World War I showed me I was not special in this.
Oh, yeah. I kind of missed both of the world wars. I was busy walking at that time.
Yeah, that could be illegal too. That could be considered harassment.
They were terrible, Samuel. Mass death events have happened before. The Napoleonic Wars, the Taiping Rebellion, and even older wars killed millions. But the industrialization of war turned corpses into mere numbers. Humanity could kill its enemies without ever seeing their faces.
Yeah, it's jail time in South Korea. Oh, I'm sure, like mandatory. Oh, absolutely, I'm sure. Harassment may require a person, though. Well, that's why I'm saying real people, if are getting involved, then yeah. You can't plea out of it. Yeah, no, it's like, if you get arrested, it's like, forget about it.
I was there on the Western Front. I saw mortars and mustard gas used indiscriminately, men ripped to unidentifiable shred. Day after day, month after month, the bodies filled mass graves, each death contributing to no ultimate goal. Back then, I was a creature who saw death as glorious. I thought that mortals were food, owed to me because I was greater than they. This casual mass murder showed me that I was not above my humanity. Murder was humanity. I'm afraid, Samuel, that I quite lost my appetite for blood. I did not think such a thing was possible for a vampire.
Dang, you must have been pretty depressed.
You could say that. I was disgusted. With myself. With humanity. Certainly with my own humanity.
Andy's probably my Canadian. I don't know what that means. I've never heard of that before. Again, they don't teach us that stuff in America. Let's see. Late Bronze Age in Greece. Okay. I'm Googling it really quick. I can see that. Because Troy's not too far away. So if he was involved with Troy and was in Athens, yeah, so that would actually line up. That's a decent headcanon. I can see that. If he's been around for 3,000 years, that might work.
One night, standing on a North Sea beach, utterly lost, I walked into the sea.
Oops.
Water filled my lungs, but I did not die. I kept walking into the cold gloom to whatever fate would befall me.
If that's the civilization that fought against Troy, then I think you might have gotten it. I think you solved the mystery.
What were you thinking in that moment?
I was not without a purpose. All I had was walking. That was all that mattered.
That actually does make a lot of sense, I reckon.
Like, well, I
did
learned a
much the
word
same thing.
today, so thanks. Glad to be educated.
I thought you would understand. Yes, I did not walk for a purpose. Perhaps I was walking to find a purpose.
So, what happened?
The light of moon and sun faded away. I saw things in the darkness. Flashes of nightmares, giant eyes peering at me in the gloom. I felt the heat of volcanic plumes. Saw explosions of strange life in the corpses of dead whales.
That sounds terrifying.
Predators like myself abound in the deep places of the world. These ghosts in the darkness consumed one another, horrors feeding upon horror. As I walked further still, I came upon the wreckage of a great ship, littered with material reminders of the mortals who once walked its deck. I will never forget the experience of seeing this symbol of humanity's power over nature decaying in the abyss. I had to sketch the great ship as soon as I could. It was named the Titanic.
Wowee.
The Titanic. I remember that story. John Muir would say it was a symbol of man's hubris. He could be a grumpy old cuss sometimes.
I saw it more as a symbol of nature's ignorance of humanity's hubris. The creatures of the cold deep paid it no mind, ignorant of the death all around them, for there were no bodies to speak of. I think it was then that I finally understood. Death, as a state of nature, has no meaning.
Did you trip up on your words in that take? Or am I hallucinating?
Death only has whatever meaning we give it, and my death had none.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Eddie Keene said exactly
Yeah,
the same thing.
they left in the cock up. It's like he should have done another take.
I do not deny it. Edmund was in some ways correct. If we do not give our own lives meaning, do they have meaning?
That's still Nosferatu thinking and disqualifying.
What's funny is he did that so smoothly. It's like I can
can
see how someone might have missed that. Like he recovered very quick from that.
Death doesn't erase the memory of a person, just the body.
I suppose one could say their hearts will go on.
Ah, you're funny.
I hope you ain't gonna sing it.
Don't worry, my friend. I think we all heard that song a little too much. But you are right. I was so sure I understood death, but I was only beginning to understand mortality.
I get it. There's a reason we're in the same business, I reckon.
Your reckoning is well perceived, and I am grateful that I had my own reckoning.
Sometimes that just makes it feel more authentic. Yeah, no. Sometimes people really do like trip up on their words and shit, so.
As I watched the creatures of the deep swimming among the wreckage of the great ship, I realized how small my life truly was. I had wondered for many centuries what it would be like
It's like I trip up on my words all the dang time. I could barely form a sentence.
That need was satisfied. For once, I felt small, powerless, a small spark of life in the void. All my unlife was a primal scream. I am here, I matter. But I finally understood that I could never be heard. I will say it was a terrifying experience, but one that I am unendingly grateful for. And it was more achievable than going to space.
Vampires in space. I guess there's no real reason why we shouldn't go out there. We got time for long travel.
Yeah, but also the horrors.
Maybe we should take a trip to Mars sometime.
Martian vampires? It's a little silly, Samuel.
Yeah, a little silly.
Take
Just
me
a
to
little.
your bleeder.
Oh, Samuel, that was truly, and I adore you for it. Perhaps the day will come when we do visit Mars, but I am content to stay here. There is much to discover about our existence on Earth. After this dark journey, I walked back across the Atlantic, sustained with fish blood and a new will to understand myself. My timing could not have been better, because a new form of science was just coming into prominence: psychology. The study of the self.
Well, when was this?
Around 1920, I was not the only human being to question humanity's choices after the Great War. Indeed, if humanity did not question itself after such horrors, this would be a condemned world. It was my questioning of the self that
And yet
brought
we
me
got a
to
sequel.
this place. Psychology was born right here in Leipzig.
No shit.
None at all, my friend. A man named Wilhelm Wundt lived just on the street. He developed a method where we describe our own thoughts and sensations.
Well, that sounds mighty familiar.
Yes, the hints of cognitive distortion.
Yeah, two after the first set it up.
I read
Yeah,
his works
well, you know,
voraciously.
that's history.
I was obsessed with the study of the self. I became interested in my own feelings. Why did I rage for so long? What did it feel like physically? And I realized that my prevailing feeling was always fear. Like Edmund, I was a coward. Oh dear, the similarities are piling up. Why was I not interested in myself for nearly
No
3
I
shoulds.
think you know as well as I do that there was a should stop.
I know. I should have recognized
Stop
it.
it!
Should have recognized your own should. That's a load of should in one bag.
Your observation is certain.
Stop it!
Come on, Chief.
I'm teasing you, Sammy.
It's like, stop it! You're being silly now.
You really are a dusty old joker, Andy.
No, I do appreciate your pointing out my should state. I did find my way to the self. I was simply not ready to face myself for a few millennia. But I did develop an obsession with knowing myself, and it took me to some very awkward places.
All right, Chief, I'm ready. I ain't afraid of sex, so you can talk to me.
I suppose it was about sex.
Of course it was about sex.
Here we go.
This is when I began my studies with Sigmund Freud.
Of
spent much
course.
time with
Oh,
him.
God.
He shared this obsession with understanding the self. We analyzed each other, which helped us to analyze ourselves.
So the cigar wasn't really a cigar, is what you're saying, sir.
We hid nothing. We knew that we would understand the truth
Help.
if we laid it bare.
What else did you lay bare?
The bearing of truth in this case was difficult. I horrified him, I believe. Take a look at this picture. What is your impression of this woman?
Hello? Yeah, the father of modern psychology only because everyone wanted to prove him wrong. Yeah, pretty much. It's like, is there anyone... It's like, is there anyone this man hasn't laid bare? At this point, I don't know. I think he's just fucked literally everybody in history at this point. Help. She's got a good taste in
Well,
hats.
she knows how to accessorize, that's for sure. Can't go wrong with a good hat.
I'm not much of a hat man myself.
I suppose that perfect hair ain't no accident.
I allow myself a little vanity. This woman was most beloved by Sigmund. She was his mother. He would show me this very picture and say, Andromochos, if she were your mother, you would want to fuck her too.
I don't use this phrase often for obvious reasons, but what in the Sam hell?
He could not imagine why anyone else would feel differently. Of course, I overshared with him as well. I do not think my recounting of the convent of San Sisto orgy of 1417 helped us to gain a greater sense of self-awareness.
That I'm okay with. What you said before though made me a little ill. It's like, bruh.
I always found it humorously ironic the way the
Bruh!
nuns still cried out to God.
Boy, you really like a little novelty in the bedroom, don't you?
Oh, Samuel, you are such a millennial.
I'm way too old to be a millennial, Andy.
I mean to say that you were born in the last millennium. You will understand when you are over 1,000 years old.
Sure.
You know, you're not my daddy.
No, I am not, though perhaps I joke like one. But Sigmund had made a grave mistake in our explorations of the self, and in doing so, cast doubt on the truly groundbreaking work we did.
Are you
Sounds
blaming?
like you're doing a little too much blaming of Sigmund. You admitted yourself that you had some oversharing too. And heck, I bet that oversharing had its uses. I mean, nobody's ever done something like that before.
Yeah, this game is edgy. It looped all the way back around and became so edgy. It looped back around. And yeah, I was like, okay, so here's some free content about Andy's background, and it's pretty much just self-insert fan fiction.
How are we gonna grow if we don't try new things?
That is probably so. The awkward conversations are often the ones we need to have.
It's like the main game's great, but I don't know if I would recommend this free content. It's my suspension of disbelief is starting to get a little grounded.
He was driven to his mother. He He eventually died, as mortals do. But my lust for understanding the self was not quenched. I became interested in the philosophy of those of my
Yeah, it seems more like a comedy.
and the philosophy of the modern era. It was like charting a map through humanity. It was invigorating. I felt alive. This feeling...
That
Emotional
sounds pretty
reasoning.
thrilling, but I think we got to be careful with this kind of thinking. What if, say, Dr. Drain had let Lord Lourdes take over? Being Lord Lourdes felt good for the doc, but feeling good didn't make it good.
You are right to advise caution. A healthy obsession is still an obsession after all. Crimson believes I have a healthy obsession with moisturizer, and she may be correct. The thinkers whose works I read all had the same obsession I did. They wanted to unlock the formula of humanity. That was my true aim as well. I thought that my immortality...
Just once, I want to see an
made me the
immortal
ideal
say
student of
about
the
some
self.
important historical...
I had
Like,
time
nah, I was
to
in another
question and
country at the
explore.
time. Yeah, right! Not everyone has to be Forrest Gump!
But I did not account for the fact that the act of questioning made me grow and change myself. I am no longer the man I was yesterday, and tomorrow I shall be someone. I have become aware of ways in which I could be more mindful, more kind, more fashionable even. I chase the truth, Samuel, and I chase the good. It is a shame that I can only chase them.
You ain't never
Disqualifying.
gonna be perfect, Chief. Neither am I. You're right.
Yeah, that's how it was for
More where we
Andy
are,
with
the
the
more
American
them
Revolution.
goalposts are
Yeah,
gonna
like,
keep
were you
moving.
there for that? He's like, yeah, World War One is... It's like, that's... And like, and then there's Sam, who was just in the fucking woods the entire time.
But I think you're disqualifying the positive of being good enough. You're trying, Andy, every day. I think that's the battle won right there. You ain't gonna slip now. 4,000-year-old Andy is gonna be a force of good to be reckoned with.
I know. It reminds me of a pearl of wisdom Marcus Aurelius gave me that I could not yet understand. He said, "Waste no time in arguing what a good person should be. Be one." I take these words to heart now, but it is hard to not have deep regrets.
I think you know how to address them regrets there, Andy.
Are you going to do the horse thing? I would prefer you didn't.
Do the horse thing.
No, I ain't gonna do the horse thing.
No, fucking do it at this point.
I am
Do it.
relieved. But yes,
I'll do it.
you know what I need.
There.
Gratefully accepted.
Andy, let's accept all the dark deeds you done.
Like some
Let's
ancient
accept
vampire
that it
claiming
took
he
you a
shaped the
long
early
time
history
to
of
change,
Rome, and when you reach the
and no getting
assassination,
around
he
that.
goes, "Oh no, I was an ambassador in Dacia when it happened." Yeah, Hirsch.
It's time to show a little compassion. You're doing your best. You're a better person for all the work you done. You, my friend, are good enough.
Good enough. I suppose I am.
Would you like a hug there, boss?
I would love a hug, my friend.
Oh yes, hugs all around. That it? We good? We Gucci? Alright. Yeah, so no, the main game was good, but everything about Andy I'm like, I wasn't really a fan of, but oh well. It was free. Like, imagine you had to pay for that. Had to pay just to hear a vampire talk about all the crazy sex he had, but you thought it was funny? Yeah, no, fair enough. It's just my opinion. You are free to disagree with my opinion. I am just saying my personal thoughts. Don't worry. If you thought it was funny, great. It's usually Dacia. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, like I said, we're done with that, so I'm gonna take a bathroom break. We'll play a short little game I downloaded, and I guess we'll figure things out from there. Like, yeah, you can have an opinion. Yeah, no, it's clearly edgy humor, and it's like, if you like edgy humor, and it's like hearing the characters talk about having sex, it's like, yeah, haha, funny. But for me, it's like, I'm like, haha, up to a point. That's just my opinion. So that's why I'm like, if you liked it, great. I'm glad to hear it. So don't worry about it. Anyway, I really gotta pee, so I will be right back. have returned. Let me set up this game. Bad news, it's full screen and can only be full screen. So, I'm gonna have to just keep turning my head to see what everyone's saying. Let me fix the screen size. It's like, I'm gonna be the one shaking my head. But yeah, I saw this, it was free, I downloaded it, so now we'll play it. Let's go. Yeah, we recommend finishing this game in one sitting. A playthrough's like 30 minutes. Cool. Hello? Ingredients. Soy sauce. Oh, hi, Taffy. Yeah, whip my hair back and forth. Sesame oil. Mushrooms. Gross. We'll pretend that's not there. Scallions. Carrots. Noodles. Sugar. Some kind of sauce. Okay. Even the ingredient list is indistinguishable. The pages are weathered and torn, proof of generations of recipes passed down. Mother used to prop the recipe book on the kitchen counter as she made me scallion pancakes before class. Hot pot for special occasions. Long noodles for my birthday. Yeah, that's like an Asian tradition. My first birthday without her. I begged for the recipe growing up, but she always reassured me that it was Mom's secret, quote unquote. We used to make dumplings together every Sunday afternoon, dipping our fingertips into water to connect the peel. This fresh smell of chives as the gyoza hit the hot oil. I can't remember the last time we cooked together. She eventually only put thought into her cooking for work potlucks. Cooking for people who've never heard of chili black bean sauce. Dad never understood our love for, used tao? I don't know how that's read. How we'd meticulously dip the dough into congee. I knew her less and less, hearing about her day through eavesdropping on phone calls. Of course, you're not there when I need you the most. What, Taffy? What, you craving your finance? Girl gonna eat. I can't believe I fell asleep. I bet I missed my stop. Where is everyone? Well, let's go walk around and find out, I guess. Hello? Grandma? Honey, last time I saw you, you were just a couple of feet tall. I thought it'd be years before we met again. What's going on? I thought you were dead. Oh, May, I'm so sorry. Your mom left you too soon. You know about that? What is this place? Yeah, I think we took a ride on the ghost train. Ooh. Just gotta hope nobody suplex it. I found her here, May. Even though it's been so long since your great-grandma died, I still remember it clearly. Yes, spooky dooky. I saw her everywhere. I kept reliving all of these memories I had once forgotten. I understand how you must feel. Yeah, it's the soul train. Wait, Mom's here? Where can I find her? There's so much I need to tell her. You'll see her when you're ready. What about the train? Where am I? I know this must be jarring, but you're right where you need to be. This train has a way of bringing those in need of guidance to it. Am I dead? Am I dreaming? You're okay, dear. I have one more thing before I should let you go. Do you remember the first time you swam? When I was 6? I used to take you to the swimming pool every Friday after elementary school. You complained every time that your mom wasn't there. But she was cooking dinner for us. When you made it to the deep end for the first time, your mom made you mapo tofu. Your favorite at the time. She loves you. You haven't been here for the past few years. She wasn't there then, and she's not here now. She has been there all of your life, even if you don't see it now. Don't remember not being able to swim. Me either. You know it's my birthday, right? Where is she for that? I know you must feel hurt, but she sacrificed so much to make sure you were cared for. Moving to America, giving up her dreams. Yeah, it's got tranquil art and music. Very calming for our generational trauma. If you want to take one thing from her, it's the love, even when no one's watching. I thought it was dance like it's like nobody's watching. But how am I supposed to know she loves me if I don't see it? It's everywhere around you. Her waking up early to take you to school, working extra shifts to pay for your art classes. She never passed down any of her recipes, though. She didn't want you to worry about cooking so you could focus on school. You know, education. Take this list and go to the fridge. I promised your mom I'd give this to you. Okay, what list? Hello? Grandma? What list? Grandpa? It's been a while, May. I'm happy to see you again. Your grandmother hasn't been doing well since your mother joined us. It wasn't her time yet. Can you tell me what's going on? I'm sorry, but not yet. I never thought I'd get to talk to you again. You know they say you'll have all the time to sleep when you're dead, but your grandpa still wakes me up. Grandma wakes me up in the morning to share the latest family gossip. Sounds like her. So you live here, and Grandma lives here too? I guess you could say that. How are you holding up? I can't stop thinking about Mom. I can barely get up in the morning. Remembering her is a part of accepting that she's gone. You'll remember her when you hear her favorite song on the radio or when you set the table for dinner. But it'll also hit you when you see something beautiful and wish you could tell her. The truth is, you will never stop grieving her, but you will learn to celebrate her life by cherishing these memories. I still can't bring myself to delete her voicemails. I try to remake her food, but the online recipes I've found are never as good as hers. Soon you'll learn how to carry her with you properly. But for now, I want to know more about you. I haven't seen you since you finished middle school. How you been? Dad? Let's just say Dad only knows how to make microwavable meals. Oh dear, I'll have to keep that one to myself. Your mom would come back to life just to divorce your dad if she heard that. He asked me about school, but it feels like we're trying to fill up the space Mom once took up. He's scared you'll never be what your mom was. We're all afraid we won't be enough, that our loved ones won't accept us, that we won't be appreciated. That doesn't change when you become an adult. How's school? It's been awkward. Everyone in class already walks on eggshells around me. I got sent home from class last week for crying. Everyone asked me if I was okay, and I was like, no, I'm just a kid, and now my mom's dead. And they started crying. So then I started comforting them, even though I'm the one with the dead mom. They were like, I can't imagine what I'd do if my mom died, but I don't have to imagine. I'm going to be reminded for the rest of my life that my mom's dead. Every holiday, when I get married, when people ask what my parents do, Thanksgiving's coming up, and I don't want to see everyone spending time with their parents. Even though Mom and I don't even do anything for Thanksgiving. It's the fact that I'll know what can never be. Yeah, you have one isolated memory of your dad supporting you with his palm when you were trying to learn. Yeah, you were probably very small. Usually people teach you when you're like a baby. Now I'm bitter about people who did nothing wrong to me besides be happy. Your feelings may not be necessarily right, but they're human. Your mom's passing is going to be painful and awkward and selfish, but that's okay. I promise you, you're holding up as any person would, and one day your classmates are going to understand where you're coming from. Take care of yourself, May. We're all thinking of you. Thanks, Grandpa. Yeah, so... mentioned something about a list, or... yeah, let's go to the fridge. Okay. Yeah, we want noodles, shrooms, scallions, and oil. Cool. I got the things, Grandma. What do I do now? Grandma! Gram. I guess she fell asleep. Baby swimming doesn't translate to adult swimming ability. You know. Hi, have I met you before? You look familiar. May, is that you? Who are you? I haven't seen you since you were a baby. I'm your great-grandmother. I think Mom showed me a picture of you once. Hopefully it was a flattering picture. How are you? I don't know. Have you had the funeral yet? It was last week. I took my sister to the mall to shop for a black dress, and it was weird, like... What am I supposed to say when the sales associate asks me, looking for anything in particular today? It's not just that. Who's gonna take me to 99 Ranch? Who's going to watch scary movies with me? Part of me doesn't want to be happy because that will mean I've accepted her death. That's what your mom would want you to do. Be happy. I reconnected with your mother here recently. All she talked about was you. Do you want to hear what she said? Sure. She said that she could not be more proud of you. She told me about how your robotics club made it to finals, how boldly you paint, your love for 80s music. She remembers all of these things about your life. That's how you know she loves you. I didn't know she felt that way. You'd think that if everyone goes through loss, that we learn a better way to cope. We have the stages of grief to guide us. But grief doesn't know it's supposed to be linear. I feel like I'm going through the 4 stages all at once. You could take all the time you need. I wish we had more time so I could get to know you better. But I should let you go. Thanks. Who are you? Ah, you must be my great-grandpa! You must be May. I need to ask, how's being a teenager in your time? Kind of terrible! Sounds like things haven't changed since then. I'm sorry about your mother, but let's get your mind off it, okay? We can talk about something else. Anything you want to know about me? How'd you meet my great-grammy? We were in the same high school, and we passed notes to each other. We drew doodles poking fun at the teacher. Like, oh, they're so naughty. Yeah. When I moved away for the war, we kept in touch through writing letters. I was always excited to see what sketches she had for me that week. She'd draw what my family was up to, and I'd draw the latest pranks the soldiers pulled on each other. Eventually, I came back from serving, and I wrote her one last letter asking her to be my girlfriend. That's sweet. I haven't even had a boyfriend yet. I wouldn't worry about that. You inherited her looks. My turn to ask you about you. What makes you happy? Going on walks in the neighborhood with Mom. Falling asleep to the sound of rain. Listening to throwback songs in the car. That's good. The small things are always worth holding on to. I have to be honest with you. I had a complicated relationship with your great-great-grandparents. You'll meet them in the next train car. It's like, geez, how many generations back are we gonna go? Yeah, like the Bob Marley song. Don't worry. Be happy. They're interesting people. It wasn't until they passed that I understood them. After my dad died, I had to pick up his stuff from my childhood house, and it was only then that I realized how similar we were. Navigating the familiar roads in my neighborhood, working to provide for my family, wondering what my purpose was. You're lucky you had this bond when your mom was living. Losing her isn't lucky. She was barely there when she was alive. You'll learn more about your mom as you grow older, and you'll understand what I mean. The train is quite dirty. Before you go, why don't you wash your hands before you travel further? Yeah, I should probably have washed my hands first before handling food. Click and hold to wash hands. Wash, 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 wash. Shopey, 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 shop. I saw the line there, so I thought that's where I was supposed to stop. Am I done? I'm so confused. Like, did you want me to stop? Okay, there we go. It wanted me to stop at a specific point, apparently, because apparently there's such a thing as washing your hands too much. Hey kid, I heard you need a ticket to ride the train. What? I'm just messing with you. Just something us great uncles do. I'm still confused about how this train works. Am I going deeper and deeper in time? Each car's house is a generation, and you, my dear, have reached the best part of the train. I wouldn't take your great-grandparents too seriously, though, especially your great-grandfather. He's been telling me the same story from the war for decades now. What's my purpose here? What are these ingredients for? Should it be obvious from how everyone's talking to you? About Mom? She left something for all of us to give to you. Why me, though? Why not Dad? Because you're her daughter. From the day you were born, you became her world. Also because having kids means finally someone will laugh at your jokes. That doesn't last long, now. Were you a parent? I am. You never stop being a parent, even when you're dead. When my wife was pregnant, I was terrified. I felt like I should have prepared more, had more patience, earned more money, knew more. But then my son was in my arms and I knew everything was going to be okay. Everything dies, yo, boo. That's what being a parent is. Being okay as long as your kid is. Yeah, nice change of pace from the vampire game. Yeah, you know. They gotta change things up a little bit. Is this how my mom felt? I'm sure of it. You read every book and consult every doctor and you still won't feel at ease until your child's safe. I wish Mom could see me now and tell me everything's going to be okay. There's still so much left for me to do and she can't guide me through any of it. What's left? Tell me, what do you have to do? I haven't even finished high school. I have to fall in love, get my heart broken, go through an emo phase, you know, dye my hair, find myself, work at the bookstore down the street like I always dreamed of. I have to paint something greater than I've ever done before. One day you will do all those things and we'll be here cheering you on. People told me I wouldn't be famous, but look, I'm in a video game. What? Don't worry about it. Your mom told me to give you these noodles. You can boil them in the stove before you go. Yeah, let's boil some noodles. Alright. Handy. Yeah! Boil them nudes. To the next train! Oops. Hello? Hi, May. I can't read that. It's an honor to meet you. Your grandmother told me that you're an artist. I'd like to hear about what art you do. I paint watercolor portraits. What have you done recently? I did a painting of Mom and me. She's the sun and I'm the moon. You can't have one without the other. I made it for Mother's Day, but Mom never got to see it. You must really care for your mom then. I just wanted her to notice me. I'm starting to think she always did. I don't know if anyone's told you, but I used to paint as well. I did traditional brush paintings of mountains and trees. Painting's the only time I feel like my old self. No one tells me how I'm supposed to feel. Have you ever written poetry on your paintings? That's what I used to do in my time. Sometimes I'd write or use, whatever this is work. Like, I can't read. I only ever write in my journal. I'm not poetic or anything. How about you try now? Painting. Here goes nothing. There once was a girl whose mother gave her a paintbrush. She saw all that could be on the blank canvas. The sweet whistle of the winds. Pink sunrise for falling in love or something. A mother and daughter growing old together. She saw what can no longer be. A mother who left too early and left too little behind. Stole all the beautiful colors. Until there was no warmth left. She saw everything she once was. Everything she has lost. Are you sure this is your first time doing poetry? Maybe. That's all you got for me? Okay. Yeah, I gotta cut up the veggies. Eat up. Up. Ba. This is just cooking mama depression. Cooking mama without the mama. Doggy! Ruff ruff! You pet the doggy? You good doggy. Pet the doggy. Hey there. Everyone's been talking about you. I'm May, nice to meet you. I heard about your mom. It's going to be hard, but you need to take care of your sister. Your dad's busy with his job. She lost her mom too. She needs her older sister to be there for her. I know, but I'm barely holding on myself. Look, loss doesn't come easy. My mom died when I was 5. But your grandma made sure you could have a better life in America, and you shouldn't throw that away because your mom's gone. You take responsibility of your sister. I'm trying. It doesn't have to be much. Just make sure she's had dinner and finished her homework. Understand? I guess. You're looking at your food. You have food on the table. Back in my day, we could only eat meals like yours for New Year's. Just because you've gone through that doesn't mean I can't suffer too. Yeah, it's like, we've gone so far back, we've gone to alpha boomers. You need to understand the value of work. Your dad has to pay for your art classes by himself now. Haven't you considered that? But Mom put me in painting classes, and it's one of the only things that makes me happy. Listen, I just want what's best for you. Think about it, okay? Like, whatever. I guess I have to do a puzzle. The sun and the moon. There we go. Yeah, it's like, I guess the idea. Other people have it worse here and aren't allowed to complain. Yeah, right? It's like, back in my day, it's like, shut up, Grandpa. Like, it's not a contest. Zzz. You sure know how to keep a lady waiting. Is this the last train? You could keep exploring, but no one else will know a thing about making noodles. You know how to make the long noodles? You mean the longevity noodles? I'm the one who created the original recipe. But I'm missing one of the ingredients. All I know is that your mother told me to give you this. Whittier mushroom. She remembered. I feel terrible. Of course she did. She's your mom. The long noodles represent a long life. That's why you eat it on your birthday. This is your mom's final gift to you, a reminder of your Chinese heritage. You can get through this, May. Your mother told me you're a strong woman. You keep telling me that after she died, but I didn't do anything. I just begged the universe, my friends, whatever god there might be, that she would come back. I wish I knew right where Dad's favorite udon noodles are. I wish I knew how to celebrate my identity like how she did. Knowing to add the right amount of sesame oil to add to the wontons. Navigating 99 Ranch like my home. Preserving my culture for the next generation. Not live in an empty house of people who forgot Mom as she was. Spirited and wise, who taught me how to hold the paintbrush. But you did do something. You're carrying on her heritage and taking care of yourself. That's what she would have wanted. What do you want to do now? I guess I don't know. I want to learn more about the paintings and hear Grandma share stories about Mom. I wish I could give you some more time, but you need to get home soon. After you mix the noodles, you've done all that you need to do. There's a bowl at the end of the train. Okay. Remember carefully. I already forgot. Well, I think it's yellow, blue, red. Is that it? Have I cooked the noodles?
Mom? Is that you?
Happy birthday, May.
I was wondering when the voices would come
I
in.
can't believe you're here. So much has happened ever since you left. I need you back.
You know I can't leave.
But why did it have to be so soon? Why couldn't you stay for my graduation or be there for my robotics final?
I wish I could have stood by you through all of those moments.
No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I never appreciated how you took extra shifts to put me through art class. I'm sorry I don't help Dad enough. I'll do anything for you back, please.
You don't have to be sorry for anything. Do you remember the first time I made you noodles? You were in the 3rd grade, so small and curious. The store ran out of bean sprouts and you suggested wood ear mushrooms. From then on, that ingredient became our tradition. Our cultural
I like bean sprouts
heritage
more.
is shaped by these small moments. You've always been a part of that.
I'm everything I am today because of you. I never thanked you for making kanji for me when I was sick, or for believing in my paintings.
Don't worry. Just knowing that I'll always be in your heart brings me peace.
Thank you, Mom, for everything. I wish we could have dinner together one last time.
I'm sorry for leaving so soon.
You did more than enough for me. You were the greatest mom I could have asked for.
May, I want you to keep painting. Ask Dad to take you to that New Order concert. Live like you did before my passing, spirited and open.
I don't know if I can do that without you.
I'll always be with you.
Ding dong!
It looks like this is your stop. I love you. Always.
I love you too. Goodbye, Mom.
"6 years ago. Scoop a small spoonful of mixing to the center, then use your spoon to connect the wrapper, like this. But how do we add the soup? Some of the filling will become the soup. All we have to do is wrap the rest of these and steam them. Want to try? Yeah, back when she was a small little bean. Yeah. Put the paste on. Do some folding. It's like, what are we making? Gyoza? Like, just gotta fold and put it in. Yum. Just order some of your favorite ramen, can't find it anywhere in stores anymore. Well, it do just be like that sometimes. At least it's still available. There we go. Yay! That's perfect. I knew my girl was a fast learner. After dinner, can we go to the pool? Ask Grandma. She can take you. I want you to go with me. I have to clean up after dinner. Please. Pretty please. Okay, how about this? If you clean up with me, we can all go together. Yes, Grandma Bobby said she can go to the pool with us today. Don't go so fast. We have to finish these dumplings first. Where'd you learn to make such yummy food? Your grandmother taught me. Who taught Grandma? Her mom taught her. One day you'll teach your kids. May, I want to talk to you about school tomorrow. You're starting the 6th grade. Don't remind me. Middle school is going to be even more challenging, but I know you can get through it. I was looking through my stuff today when I found a card you wrote me when you were in 2nd grade. Your teacher had you all write letters for Mother's Day. You said you were lucky to have me as a mom, but really, I'm lucky to have you. I get to have a little girl who's the brightest person in every room. Us moms, we're always thinking about how we can raise our kids better. If our kids will be good people or smart. Am I smart? Of course. Remember though, smart kids can only be successful if they work hard. But I want to play forever. I don't make the rules, silly kid. May, don't forget how brightly you shine. You see the world with all this care. Don't let that go. You really think so? Of course. I want you to know how much I love you is all. Alright, we need, noodles. Yummy noodles. Soy sauce. Man, that might have been too much soy sauce, but whatever. And carrots. No shrooms. I don't want shrooms. Put some more carrots on there. You gotta eat your vegetables. Sesame seeds. Maybe a couple more carrots. Is there even more room? Whatever. That'll work. Yay! Like, I don't like mushrooms. No mushrooms on mine.
I went to 99 Ranch the other day. My first time there without you. Did you feel emotional the first time you came to America?
Now suddenly you can read the recipe.
You must have been so excited to find an Asian supermarket and not just one exotic shelf in the grocery store. I walked past the aisles, the lychee jellies you used to buy me as a kid, the grandmas gossiping at the produce section. All those times I used to sneak Hello Panda in our shopping cart. I didn't know what brand of udon to buy. I tried to call you, but you couldn't answer. Then a lady came up to me. She grabbed udon off the shelf and told her daughter, "This one is my favorite." And just like that, I knew you were watching over me. I don't know how things are going to change.
Oh, she painted a bowl.
I'll keep painting. I'll help Dad take care of Amy. I'll take everything you've given me and continue to love our family. I'm hopeful for the future. And all it took was a taste of the past.
Up, she said the title. Gonna roll the credits. After the song ends. Alright, well, that was cute. Like, short, simple, nice little tasty meal. That's all I had as a backup, though. Because I was like, I didn't know how much was left of Vampire Therapist. Had I known it wasn't much, I probably would have just done this Saturday instead and maybe done Nikki today. But, oh well, whatever. Like, I don't have a crystal ball. I can't see into the future. So yeah, tomorrow I figure I'm gonna do, Death and Taxes. And then, yeah, like I said, I'll just do more Nikki Saturday. Because all the new stuff for that, it's like whatever's left of the event should be up and available, so I could just finish that all off. And, yeah. Really have nothing else. I really was not expecting to finish this early. I mean, we could chat for a little bit, because why not, but... I mean, like I said, overall, Vampire Therapist was good. But it did have its moments, you know? Some moments that just made me roll my eyes like, okay, whatever, game. Yeah, chat with chat. I don't do that very often. It's like, I paid for this background. I might as well use it. It's like, well, I do technically use it in my shorts. Like, this background that I'm on right now, this is what I use for, like, my TikTok shorts and whatnot, so... Just not for its intended purpose. Yeah, Pet Taffy, why not? Yeah, chat with chat while holding a cat. It's like, well, I might as well see if, that Nosferatu thing... Nosferatu... thinking, is that an actual thing? Nope, they definitely made it up, because I googled it, and it's not there. Okay, I had a feeling it wasn't real. I mean, it's just black and white thinking, and Nosferatu, the movie, originally was in black and white, so I think it was just being like, haha, teehee, vampire term. Yeah, no, Nosferatu, the movie, that's what the term... Like, the game made up a term based off the movie. Just because, you know, vampires. But I had to Google to make sure. So yeah, no, I'd be up for playing the sequel if that ever happens. I guess it depends on how well it sells and if the company even winds up feeling like making it. And if they do make it, who knows how long it's gonna take. You don't know. It's funny you did the hydrate dream literally as I was drinking water, so, way ahead of you. Maybe I can see into the future. Hydrate without drinking? Okay. But yeah, Taste of the Past, I had that shoved away as an emergency, oops, I finished early thing. I don't have a lot of those, unfortunately. Because I use them, it's like, I'll download a few just as like, just because it's like, you never know when I'm going to finish something early. So I'll just download something that's like only a few minutes long. But I like playing the short little cute games. Because it's like not a lot of people are gonna cover them. Is there anything else? Well, like I said, I've got like 2 buns in the oven for covers. One's trapped in development hell. The other one should be delivered on time, because this other one is definitely more reliable. So, but for that one, I plan on having someone make a animated video thing. Not like animated, but like, you know, I give them some art and they make it, put like fancy text in front of it. So, whichever one gets finished first, I'll post on YouTube. You'll recommend Vampire Therapy? Yeah! If you think they'll like it, you can recommend it to them. No, it had some cool, interesting characters in it. So it's like, it wasn't a bad game by any means. Like I said, it just had some moments that had me rolling my eyes, that's all. But that's just me being old hag yells at Cloud. It's like, you kids with your sex jokes. Yeah, normally you don't even play those sorts of games, so it's always nice to watch people play them. Yeah, no, that's part of the appeal of me playing weird-ass games. It's because I know other people probably wouldn't even want to try them. Like, you might have seen them randomly recommended to you on Steam or something like that, and then it's like, oh, wait, this actually is kind of cool. Damn you whippersnappers and your horny shenanigans. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, until that gets sorted out, I'm kind of left twiddling my thumbs here. But once that's all sorted out, I can move on to the next phase of my plans. It did feel like they reached a bit with the sex jokes. Yeah, exactly. It's like I love Has Been Hotel, but for example, like so it's like, it's not like I hate that kind of stuff, but even Has Been Hotel has had episodes where they took it a little too far. Like the one with the mafia dad. That went a little far. One short free indie game you might like is a mall near you. Let me Google that. Let me see. Mall near you game. Okay. By Diesel Rave Studios on itch.io. Yeah, whoops. Your family forgot to stock up on gifts for the holidays. Up to you to pick up the slack. Yeah. Oh yeah, this does look right up my alley. I don't know how long it is, but yeah, this does look like it might be up my alley. I see people posting videos of it. One nice thing is that people will post their playthroughs of a game in the comments, and then it'll be like, all right, that gives me an idea of how long it is. Yeah, I see it's only like 30 minutes. Like 30, 35 minutes. Yeah, like 20 to 30 minutes. Yeah. I'm looking and I see everyone's like 30, 35 minutes. So, yeah, I could shelve that for a rainy day. Absolutely. It's like I should probably go into my YouTube channel and add the fact that I play different things on the stream, so people are like, what the fuck? I do have it set on YouTube, so to avoid disconnecting, I have to manually end it. Luckily, I do remember to manually end it. So let me just edit the title. Will I have room? Because I don't think I'll have room. I made the joke title too long, because I thought, unironically, we were gonna go do Heinrich this time around, but they're like, no, that it's just a sequel hook, and it's like, oh, had I known, I would have planned better. Yeah, I could just barely fit the title in. Alright, whatever, that's good enough. I'll take it. And then what else was I gonna do? Oh, I was gonna download it. I'm not gonna play it because or maybe I should. I don't know. I don't know what to do with myself. Like I said, I got a little bit of a curveball. I don't know if OBS will like me downloading things. That's my concern. Sometimes I do things and OBS doesn't like it. Oh, it's so small, it downloaded instantly. If you hear Windows noises, it's because I'm in WinRAR. It's like, will I ever pay for WinRAR? No. Alright, I at least have it downloaded. So I can say, like, you can't hear it. Okay. Well, at least I have that saved for a rainy day now, so thanks. Because that does actually look like something right up my alley. You're presumably only capturing audio from a specific application. I do have output capture, so I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, can you hear my machine noises? You remember finding a super creepy Easter egg in it? Okay, Pog. Yeah. Like, that might be interesting, but probably won't do that today. It's like you forgot about old WinRAR and switched to 7-zip. Yeah. Or you did hear it. I don't know. Like, I could always rewatch the VOD and see which one of you is telling the truth. I do that. I do rewatch my VODs on occasion. Cause I'll be like, did I? Cause it's like, cause sometimes I second guess myself. I'll be like, did I say or do this thing correctly? And then I'll go into the VOD and they'll be like, yeah, you were fine. Cause sometimes I'm like, I don't know if when I said this thing, it came out right, or it's like, did I sound like an idiot when I said that? Of course, you know, that's just on brand. And then I'll listen back and it's like, no, it's not that bad. So at the very least, one of the perks of being a streamer is that you'll feel more confident about yourself and not second guess what you said, because it'll literally be on the internet and you can look at it. You heard the window noise? Okay, so you did. Nah, because YouTube is piggybacking off my Twitch thing. I use the item multi-stream. I know Stream Elements has its own thing, but I haven't messed with that because it came out after I downloaded item, and I was like, well, I'm already hooked to it, so I didn't feel like changing. If item blows up and goes to shit, then I'll do it. So I'm just using Stream Elements for multi-chat, and it works most of the time, but sometimes it doesn't. Luckily, it's working today. Maybe if I was using its version of the multi-stream, it would work more consistently, but whatever. I'm not worried about it. Yeah, what else did I want to say? Yeah. I did mention I saw Invincible Season 3. I did really like it. So, yeah, it was definitely lived up to the hype. Oh, I started watching also, I started catching up on some anime as well. I watched the newest season of Dr. Stone. It's like I did post on Discord being like, yeah, is Zenos Dr. Zenos hear me out? Because, you know, he's like super evil and stuff, but it's like, no. Like, I was kind of joking, but nah, he was cool. Like, definitely crazy, but cool. That, and also Solo Leveling. I haven't watched all of the newest season of Solo Leveling yet. I think I've still got like 2 episodes left. I'll probably finish watching them like Friday. You know, the days I don't stream. But season 2 has been really good. Like, I got up to the part where they're like, yeah, we're gonna go get those ants. And I'm sitting here like, isn't this just Hunter x Hunter Chimera Ant arc all over again? I don't know how to feel about that. Like, what else have I done? It's like I don't exactly live It's like, what do you do when you're not streaming? Get ready for my next stream? Well, no, I had a decent day hunting at least. You know, just checking up on some, mythical creatures and whatnot. They were a little feisty today, but I was able to do a little taming and make sure they were well behaved, even if they were being grouchy about it, so it was all fine. Like, trust me, I do plan on taking you guys out on a little expedition to see some hunting yourself, but we need to recruit more people to come. It's like we're stronger in numbers. Monkeys together strong. Hunters together strong. Yeah, I did make a post about that on Twitter. I did delete the post because I was like the post didn't go through the way I wanted it to. Because what happened was someone had posted me to one of those little, you know, conversational, hypothetical, baity engagement post things being like, if you had like 300 viewers, what would you do? And I was like, yeah, I do like more chat engagement stuff. Because then I know people would actually show up. The problem is, when I made the post, for some reason the repost giving the context didn't go through. So it literally just sounds like I'm bitching about not having viewers when that was not my intent. In fact, it was the exact opposite. So I was like, oh, this looks bad. So I just deleted the whole fucking thing. I was like, god damn it. It's like, I swear, it wasn't bad. But without the context, it sounded bad, so I just deleted the whole thing. It's like, I wrote, like, it's like, because due to the fact that Twitter has, like, a character limit, you know, you're only limited to so much, so you have to make, like, a chain of posts, to talk. So it was like, so it was, like, 6 or 7 posts worth of what I was rambling about, and then I just went and deleted all of it because the context was gone. I was like, oh god. But the point of it was, at this point, I've done everything I could to advertise myself and get out there and try and get people to notice me. And I appreciate the people that come and watch me, of course. So I'm just gonna make do with what I've got. And that's okay. Yeah, you noticed me. Yeah, no. That's what I mean. I'm not being like, no, nobody watches me, nobody watches my stream. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. It's just a case of, it would be nice if I could be more experimental. And I think that's a thing that a lot of YouTubers want to do, is they want to do X, Y, and Z and be able to have people seeing them do it, right? And I'm only feeling like that because of the Valentine's Day thing, where it took an hour before people were participating in it, and I had to solo the first hour. It's like, admittedly, that did take a huge hit on my self-esteem. But rather than take it as a failure and be like, oh no, I'm a terrible streamer, no one wants to watch my streams, no. I take it as a lesson. I take it as a learning experience. It's like, if people didn't come to my stream, then I just have to make them want to come to my stream. But it's like, I made the mistake of just posting on my schedule, which is part of the reason why I stopped making schedules, that I was going to do a roleplay, and I didn't bother elaborating on it until the day of. And I should have done it sooner. I should have promoted it. I should have convinced people to want to come. Because I didn't convince people to want to come, not as many people came as I would have liked. But that's okay. That was my mistake. So the next time I want to do something, I know what to do for next time to try and increase my chances of people coming. So it's not me being depressed. It's not me being like, oh no, woe is me. It's just me being like, oh, that sucks. Oh well, better luck next time. Like, if I do well next time, then it'll be like, screw what happened at the Valentine's Day thing. Like, that's only the only reason why it still stinks is because that was the last time I put hours into something and not have it work out the way I wanted it to. However, I've put effort into other things that had them work out. Like with the Halloween thing. Like the Halloween thing worked out great. The birthday stream worked out great. So it's like, not everything I've done is a failure. No, it's like I've done skits. I've done all kinds of things to try and experiment in what the kind of content I want to make. It's just, I got a little cocky. That's all. I thought, well, I made all these cool things before, and I wanted to surprise people with how cool my new thing is, so I'm not gonna tell people until like the last minute. Not everything I've done is a failure. I'm trying to be positive. It's like you felt bad doing your usual lurk. Don't worry about it. But yeah, oh god, I just realized I did not have the multi-chat tab open. Nah. Like anytime you write anything out in context, the lack of context makes you feel weird in case it gets misconstrued. Yeah, no, exactly. That's why I just deleted it. Yeah. It's like, wait, what was your first? It's like, what was your first proper stream, bitch? But yeah, no, that's why the more people that would come, the more people can choose how they want to participate. So if you just want to lurk, that would be perfectly fine if there's other people doing stuff. So I'm not blaming anyone. I'm not being like, you should have came to my stream. You should have participated. Okay, so the Valentine's stream was your first stream? Oh god. Like, wrong redeem? Well, too bad, Narjani. I'm blue now. Abadi abadai. Like, you did this. Sorry, missed the Valentine's Day thing. Yeah, no, it's fine. That's why I was like... it's like, that's, again, I know not everyone looks at the schedule, and that's why I was like, I'm worrying about the schedule so much. And people, it's like, that's the benefit of dual streaming, at least, is that YouTube gives you the correct time when I'm streaming. Meanwhile, on Twitch, you don't really do that. It's like, I have in the About Me tab, what time, it has like a countdown thing, but that's like it. You try, but you often forget, but more importantly, dates are wrong. Yeah, no, I know it's weird. That's why it's like, that is the, like I said, that is the benefit of YouTube, is that YouTube automatically converts to your time zone. So, there's that if nothing else. But yeah, always watching the first season of something and then you forget about it. Yeah, I've been there. Yeah, all problems aside, the Valentine's stream was fun. Yeah, no, in the end, once people came in, were participating, everything was perfectly fine. It was just that first hour, I was like, why is no one saying anything? And then later on, people were like, oh, I didn't even know you were streaming today, or something along those lines, and I was like, oh. So again, it's not me being pessimistic, it's not me blaming people, it's not me beating myself up, it's just a case of things didn't work out the way I wanted it to, so I'll just have to prepare for the next time. That's all. It's all good in the neighborhood, you know? And it's like, I'll just be blue on the outside instead of being blue on the inside. But nah. I do have plans for more things to come, so don't you worry about that. This isn't gonna stop me from doing nothing. It's just a case of, I gotta advertise it more. Maybe I can make like a cinematic trailer or something to get people really interested. It's like, rather than being bummed about it and being like, I'm never gonna do this again, I'm just like, alright, I'll just do something else. Like with the April Fool's Day thing, it's like, I wasn't able to do anything with, it's like, I considered doing something for April Fool's Day, but, you know, because I was going to promote my cover, but that didn't work out, so I just goofed around instead. And that was fine. You gotta roll with the punches sometimes. So I'm fine. It's like, yeah, April Fool's is hard anyway since you have to trick people. Yeah, exactly. And as you can see with the asset, it's like, blah, 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 blah. Oh god, I just realized how terrifying it is when it's like that. Put that away. Jesus Christ. But nah, I think we'll leave it there for today. Tomorrow I'll play Death and Taxes, and then Saturday I'll do more Nikki. Nikki I like having on a Saturday, because then I don't have to feel like forcing myself to make it longer than I need to. Oh, yeah. I think we'll leave it there for today. I think it's like, I hit the 3-hour mark, and I can't really think of anything else to yap about. But that's it. It's like, so, thank you all so much for coming. I'll go find somebody to raid. Let me de-blue myself. You know, I was only blue for like a minute. Put Taffy away. Let's see, who should we raid? Yeah, no, of course. Thank you all so much for coming, and yeah, I'll hydrate one last time. Yeah, I think I had the tab switched because I was thinking of stopping, and then I just kept yapping. Not taking suggestions today? I can take a suggestion. I have not locked in yet. So if you have a suggestion, tell me now before I lock in. Alright, let me just look them up really quick. Okay, they popped up. Alright, Pog. Alright, I think we should be good. I think I spelled that correctly. Good night, everyone. Rest well, eat your vegetables, and don't blame yourself for things that are outside of your control or something. Don't let vampires be mean to you. I don't know anymore. We finished that game. We're moving on. Good night.